Hey, check 1 2. Check, check, check.
If you're looking for the best in TVs or the best in TV service, then you're looking
Good evening from Roswell, New Mexico, the home of the Invaders, as the Alpine Cowboys travel to take on the Roswell Invaders for Game 2 of a 3-game set. Alpine fell short yesterday, a final score of 7-3. A lot of big storylines tonight. It's going to be a fun one, Ryan.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's always fun to try and bounce back against a team. Again, I mean, we can still come out of this with a series win, Rowan, and that's really important.
Yeah, and that's important for these guys to realize. And when I'm talking about with just the storylines, just looking at the Cowboy lineup, it's so different than usual, but we're going to go right into it. We're going right into the national anthem. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. Just as we came on, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Alpine Cowboy Baseball on KVLF or via YouTube.
Lowe's Market traces its history to E.M. Bud Lowe, who sold candy and sundries from the back of his truck in Littlefield, Texas in the 1940s. In 1964, Bob opened the first Lowe's Market, a small grocery store in Olton, Texas. Since then, Lowe's has expanded into small and medium-sized towns and cities throughout Texas and New Mexico. When Lowe's makes an investment in a community, they also make a commitment to serve the community with the highest quality and selection, along with fair pricing. Lowe's, your family grocery store.
Do you love to play sports and stay active, but notice your breathing isn't as easy and full as it used to be? Nearly 28 million Americans live with asthma, a condition that worsened for many after a COVID or RSV infection, even 2 full years after getting well. The team at Big Bend Regional Health Clinic helps children and adults achieve better control of asthma and other respiratory problems so they can return to their favorite activities, breathing easier. For more information or to schedule an appointment, visit bigbendanytime.com.
At BBT, we're celebrating 65 years of connecting communities across West Texas. And we're committed to using the latest cutting-edge technology to keep you and everyone on your network safe, secure, and seamlessly connected. Because your connection to family, businesses, and community is our priority. Call 800-592-4781 or visit bigbend.com to experience reliable internet from a company committed to West Texas.
If you're looking for the best in TVs or the best in TV service, then you're looking for Big Canyon TV. Our dedicated local staff is here for all your TV needs. We offer smart Samsung TVs as well as Dish Network service, so you'll never have a dull moment at home again. DirecTV customers and former cable customers, what are you waiting for? Stop by or call to see what we can do for you. Big Canyon TV, 837-7484, or stop by our office at 610 North 5th in Alpine.
Welcome back, Alpine Cowboy Baseball. We're going to fly through the lineup right before first pitch. Starting off for Alpine, it's Sean Becker, the shortstop, currently on the season. A stellar .359 average, of .485 on base. Very good for the Cowboys in the shortstop position, which is the first time we've seen him in the infield since, honestly, very beginning of June, which is crazy because that was his primary position last year.
Yeah, exciting to see him on the infield. And like you said, man, he's taken that leadoff spot and run with it.
That was not meant to happen. Batting second, it's going to be Carson Kirby in his second professional baseball game, the right fielder. Kirby went 1 for 4 yesterday in RBI, looking to build off of what was a pretty solid debut.
Yeah, I mean, he looked really good yesterday and moved right up to the 2 spot, as you'd expect after a good outing, man.
Now, batting, I can't get over that, dude. I seriously coughed. Batting third is the left fielder, Hunter Damon. Did not play in the last game, exited the game in the last series against Garden City due to some arm discomfort. He's back, but he shifts over to left field.
And I'm not expecting Hunter to hit a home run anytime soon, but he gets on base. He has a contact type swing, and it's exciting to watch.
Yeah, he's only hit 1 home run in his collegiate career. That was at Bemidji State. Now you go to start this ball game with Sean Becker, the right fielder, or I should say the shortstop. He's in the right-handed batter's box. Pitching today, it's Herson Caldazilia for the Roswell Invaders. Right-handed arm in the Brewers organization prior. First pitch lines at first base side and foul. To continue on with the Cowboy lineup, in the cleanup position, it's the third baseman James Prakash. Batting fifth, the center fielder Brandon Andrews. In the sixth slot, the second baseman Kyle Rodriguez. Batting seventh, the catcher Jake Sisto. Batting eighth, making his season debut, the first baseman, number 30, Mateo Avalone. Oh, I'm excited, man. Caldezilla gets his signs and an 0-1 delivery to Becker. Goes slider away, bites his own for a strike. 0-2 early on Sean Becker playing shortstop today. And then batting ninth, and the starting pitcher today for the Cowboys, it'll be Brendan Conal. Caldezilla on the bump for the Invaders, and an 0-2 count to the leadoff man, Becker. Here is the delivery. Gets his signs. Still getting his signs. Now he lets it rip. Becker swings on the ball and hits it in the right field and foul.
We thought Toddy was going to start this game, Rowan.
Yes, we thought it was going to be manager Garrett Toddy. That's what we were told, really for the past couple of days. But I guess it was a matter of Hersan Caldezilla was like, hey, I can pitch today. It's okay. Or maybe it was a smoke screen all along.
Maybe.
0-2. Low and away, unable to bite it on Becker. 1-2 the count. We've heard complaints from numerous players about the batter's box just being uneven with like your left foot's low, your right foot's high in this batter's box at Joe Bauman Stadium.
Like it's 1929 France, Rowan.
The 1-2, Becker is fanned on an upstairs pitch. 1 up, 1 down for the Invaders in the top of the first. Now you go to the left-handed batter, Carson Kirby.
Caldezilla has a 9.61 ERA. When we look at that whip margin, he's thrown 39 innings, so he's taken a big workload for this Roswell Invader team. Just 26 walks in those 39 innings, so doesn't really walk a lot of guys, but 59 hits given up.
He was just in single A this time last year with the Brewers organization. Right-handed arm, here's his first pitch to the lefty, Kirby, on the way. It's a slider, high bouncer, left side, collected by the shortstop Laird. Fires first. Did he get him? No, he's safe. Carson Kirby legging out an infield single. The first baseman, Ty Murray, tried to scoop it out of the ground, but unable to do so in time.
The whole left side of the infield has their hand on their heads thinking that he was safe at the first, or he was out at the first base background. I thought the throw beat him there. Look at the shortstop. He's still looking at the umpire asking how the Cowboys are safe there.
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense. I believe Kirby was safe the whole time. But now you go to a right-handed batter, the left fielder, Hunter Damon, out of Siena, formerly at Bemidji State as well, playing his first game since the Garden City series. Had a little bit of arm discomfort. Now he's back with a runner on first and Kirby. 1 out, top of the first. No score for now. We are just getting started here at Joe Bauman Stadium. Mostly cloudy skies, the sun peeking through. First pitch. Shows bunt, fouls it off on the right side, 0-1. The Cowboys today are in their black uniforms, the black hats, the black accessories, the red lettering on the black jerseys with the gray pants. The Roswell Invaders are in their dark blue jerseys with the dark blue lettering, but the neon green outline, the white pants, and the dark blue hats.
Hunter's a really good bunter of the baseball. But, again, he hits to contact, too, just 3 strikeouts in 85 at-bats in the Northwoods League.
As the 0-1 fastball misses high, 1-1.
And when it comes to a guy who hits into contact on a sketchy infield like this, it can serve for a lot of ground balls on the infield that are hard to field here in Roswell.
You know, Hunter Damon reached out to a lot of teams looking to play in this league, and Roswell was one of them. They did get back to him, but it was too late at that point as he swings and misses on a 1-1 pitch on the outside. He was already signed with Alpine, so when Garrett Toddy reached out, the deed was already done, Ryan. As Damon steps out of the box, he's back in after a nice little 2-strike approach. 1-2 our count. Carson Kirby's on first base for the Cowboys, a pair of rookies here on the field for Alpine that have only been with the team under 2 weeks. Now 1-2. Swing and a miss. Damon, a rare strikeout as he's retired for the second out in the top of the first.
Yeah, just his second since joining the Cowboys, but, I mean, he wears those heavily. He is not happy with that.
Exactly, yeah, and that was in his debut, too, on the 4th of July. So, again, very rare. It's the right-handed batter, James Procish, steps in the box. New episode of Cowboy Up out now, which features James Procish, a very good interview. I was very proud of it.
There's also a run rule in effect today. I was proud of the interview, too, but that run rule is still in effect without Toddy, right?
I believe so, because there is an event going on after this game as the first pitch is a strike on Procish. So it's The Cowboys, or the Invaders for that matter, after 5 innings, if they lead by 12 or more, the game is over. It's a mercy rule in a sense because there is a scrimmage game between the firefighters and the police officers. It's cosmic baseball, and some familiar faces will be playing in that game. Prakash lifts the 0-1 into right field. Right fielder is under it for the Invaders. Makes the grab for the 3rd out, that being Michael Fisk. That'll send us to the bottom of the 1st. Still no score. We're just getting started here, folks.
Napa know-how. It's time for this month's Napa savings. Save 14% on Chevron Dello 400XLE 15W30 motor oil, 1 gallon for $18.99. Pick up some Mobil Delvac heavy-duty motor oil, starting at $17.99 a gallon. Napa Premium Performance Conventional Motor Oil available for just $16.99 each. For only $209.99, you can get a Milwaukee M12 Fuel Stub Impact Rinse Kit. Buy a Milwaukee M18 Red Lithium XC 5.0 Resistant Battery 2-pack for only $229 each, a savings of 23%. Napa Auto located at 301 West Holland Avenue in downtown Alpine. Napa know-how.
Stephanie from Dr. Seuss. I got a note, he's got a car, he's got a boat, and if we have time, can we give him a quote?
Of course we can, Renee, and we can do it today. And if he likes a policy for his bikes or his home, does he live in a dome? We can cover his travels if he likes to roam.
Well, we'll cover it all. I'll give him a call.
If it's insurance you need, call Tally Reed, 837-3459. You'll be fine here in Alpine.
TG Fuels doesn't just deliver propane. They deliver peace of mind with service-like remote tank monitoring. When it's almost time for fill, your monitor notifies TG Fuels and they deliver. This means you and your family never have to worry about running out of propane. Along with an online portal, autopay, and competitive pricing, TG Fuels committed to being your provider of choice, and they're just a phone call away at 432-837-2518. TG Fuels, how can we serve you?
Welcome back. Bottom of the 1st. It's Alpine Cowboy baseball. Still no score, taking on the Roswell Invaders. I'm Rowan Elbert. That's Ryan Weil. The Alpine Cowboys have Brendan Conal on the bump, an 8.3 ERA through 26 innings pitched. He has struck out 24 batters compared to walking 23. His last outing against Pecos went 1 1/3 on the innings count, gave up 4 runs, walked 5 batters, but Conal in that outing was dealing with some sort of illness. He's 100% now. The left-handed arm, the southpaw for the Cowboys, looking to get back in action here against Roswell.
Yeah, he touches about 92 from the left side. That's some good velo numbers for a left-handed pitcher. I mean, the type of stuff you'll see in affiliate ball as well. I got to see his movement numbers and spin rate as well. Just as competitive, Rowan. Brendan Conal is a legit arm for your Alpine Cowboys.
Now you go to Belale Whittle here for the Roswell Invaders. Belale Whittle making his season debut for the Invaders. Played for the Pecos Bills last year. It's a right-handed batter against a left-handed arm as Conal gets his signs from Sisto, and it's a first pitch delivery. Goes curveball on the inside, 1-0. Whittle with a light blue batting helmet. I believe that's Najee King's helmet he may be borrowing.
I think you're right.
King not in the lineup today for the Invaders. Just an off day for him, one of the better veterans on this team. 1-0. High and away. Looks like the heater that time from Conal. 2-0 the count. This is a very important day for Brendan Conal on and off the field. Today is also the anniversary of his grandfather's passing, and all these important family events happen on this day for some reason. As a 2-0 goes on the inside at the knees. 3-0. You know, his sister's graduation party, graduation, all of that happened on this date. I mean, stuff like this in his family has happened on this date for a reason, and including this start for Conal. 3-0. Upstairs, it's a leadoff 4-pitch walk on Whittle.
Same umpire calling balls and strikes today as yesterday, Rowan. I thought they would rotate, but they didn't do so. So, again, this is the same guy behind the plate. That's Eric Brown out of Portales, New Mexico, just an hour and 30 minutes away. Keith Dunlop is still in the field, a Roswell native.
That is interesting. I wonder what the rationale behind that is. Maybe they were just so impressed by Brown's performance last night. Who knows? Now the lefty Sloan Laird steps in, a 343 average for him. First pitch. It's a slider fished in the right center field. It gets down for the first base hit of the contest for Roswell. Splits the gap. Whittle hightailing it from third. A play at the plate. Here's the throw. It's offline. How about that? RBI double for Roswell off of the bat of Sloan Laird, making it a 1-0 ball game.
And again, Toddy early in the ball game testing the arms of our outfielders by sending the guy around third, and it succeeded early.
Now you go to Ty Murray, a guy usually playing center field, plays first today, right-handed batter for the Invaders with a runner on second. That's just crazy, though. Even with the way that ball landed, I didn't think Whittle was going to go in to score. He just has unreal speed.
Yeah, from first base. That tells you why he's in that leadoff position despite playing his first ball game here in Roswell.
As Conal, he gets his signs from Sisto. This is a guy in Blair Whittle who saw the Cowboys quite a bit last year as a member of the Bills. First pitch, a breaking ball, misses at the feet of Ty Murray, a 1-0 count with Laird on second. Nobody out in the bottom of the first. Is already a 1-0 Invader lead.
Look how big the barrel is on Ty Murray's bat. It starts really close to the handle, Rowan.
Yeah, I don't think that's even a torpedo. It's just a big barrel.
Yeah, really long barrel.
1-0. Conal, a chopper left side, foul in the Cowboy dugout. 1-1 our count. Looking at the Cowboy infield, just their defense as a whole. Third baseman James Prockus, shortstop Sean Becker. It's the second baseman Kyle Rodriguez, first baseman Mateo Avalone, catcher Jake Sisto, pitcher Brendan Conal. Looking at the outfield, left fielder Hunter Damon, center fielder Brandon Andrews, right fielder Carson Kirby. 1-1, a strike found on the curveball. 1-2 now on Ty Murray with nobody out.
Yesterday, Eric was calling strikes low and away, like that outside part of the zone, and that one looked to be just a bit outside. But again, I think we're back to the same old stuff as he calls that outside part. I think that benefits a righty more than a lefty too, Rowan.
It probably would. 1-2 kick and pitch fouled back. Murray stays alive in this count against Brendan Conal, and what seems to be one of his biggest starts of the season, just because of the fact that, you know, like we mentioned, this is a very important day for him, but also trying to cement a starting spot in the rotation going into the postseason. 1-2 from Conal. Swing and a miss down low. Conal gets his first strikeout. It goes to the backstop. Sisto sends to Avalone at first, just running it out. How about that? The first strikeout of the day for Brendan Conal to get the first out in the bottom of the first. Now you go to Shane Morrow in the cleanup spot. Left fielder for the Invaders, a 284 average, yet a 448 on base. Was with the team last season. Back for year number 2 as the righty steps in the box with Sloan Laird on second base. 1 out, bottom of the first. It's already 1-0 Invaders as Conal glances at second. Now the kick and pitch to Shane Morrow. Goes with the heater in the dirt, 1-0.
Hey, and just to recap, last night, the Pecos Bills beat the Tucson Saguaros out in Tucson. So that means the Bills pulled a little bit ahead of us in that second and third place race in the division.
It's crazy because we were thinking, like, ideally, Tucson sweeps Pecos, Cowboys sweep Invaders, we pass the Bills, but it didn't work out that way. Actually, the opposite in game 1 as Conal gets his signs from Sisto. The 1-0 delivery on the way. Takes a triple take at second base, now fires, goes curveball, misses on the inside at the knees.
And how many games back are we from Tucson now, Rowan?
8.
8 games back. So still feels a little bit out of reach. 2 weeks of ball games left, and we're playing Pecos Bills a whole bunch, Roswell a few more times. But, I mean, let's say Pecos goes on to sweep Tucson. There's a chance that we can move to first in the division. It's a fleeting chance.
2-0 breaking ball on the right side. Mateo Avalone has a shot at this, goes under his glove in foul territory. No harm, no foul, as Avalone tumbles after that. You know, it's funny. Mateo, he was retired from the game completely. In his exit interview with Sean Persky last year, day after the championship, after all the confetti is cleared, he said, "I'm done." But then he had a job at his dad's company back in New York. He got paternity leave. So about last week, he reached out to Lance and said, "Hey, I can finish the season with you guys. I'm out of retirement." Conal, here's a 2-1 to Shane Morrow. A triple take at second again. Now a delivery. Swing and a miss on the curveball. Beautiful execution by Conal, 2-2. Avalone joined the team yesterday, including his wife Michaela, and a big part of why he stepped away from the game, his brand new daughter here in attendance that was born in May. 2-2 upstairs at the letters. A full count to Shane Morrow with Laird at second, 1 out in the bottom of the first.
Man, I like Brendan Conal's number 2, 99. Got it from Alec Cruz, our closer last year. Rowan, you brought up a good stat about Alec Cruz last year.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy. The last pitch he ever threw in his career was the strikeout to win the championship. I mean, talk about a heck of a way to go out. Conal, before he can deliver the payoff, time is called by Shane Morrow. Morrow has bright yellow batting gloves, but not quite as egregious as Gavi Perez Torres' yellow batting gloves from Tucson, if you remember.
Yeah.
He steps back in. Conal's payoff at the knees. Morrow walks.
Yeah, like you said, more of a muted yellow for Shane Morrow. They may just be old, Rowan. They might be the same bus yellow gloves that Gavi wears.
Maybe a lot of wear and tear. Now you go to Michael Fisk, right-handed batter for the Invaders. Had a really good day at the plate yesterday. Had a 2-for-2 day, but a pair of RBI, a 2-for-4 day, I should say. A pair of RBIs, including an RBI triple as he steps in. Runners on first and second with 1 gone for the Invaders on Brendan Conal. It's been a rocky bottom of the first. Let's see what he can do here, though. Looks back at second. Now first pitch. High chopper, collected by Prakash at third. Thinks about second. Now he's in a rundown with Laird. He will easily be tagged. That allows the runner at first and Fisk to advance over there. So the Cowboys get the lead runner at second. Good heads-up, high IQ play by the veteran.
Yeah, I thought so too. For a moment, I'm like, what is he doing? What is he doing? Why isn't he sending it somewhere? But I didn't even see that Sloan Laird was trapped in between him and the second base bag. Forced to advance there. Like you said, high IQ.
Mikey Alonso now. He was phenomenal yesterday. Had 3 RBIs, went 3 for 4 for the Invaders. He's batting in the right-handed batter's box. Conal, the lefty, looking for a big timeout with runners on first and second for the Invaders after the fielder's choice. That's what had Fisk on first base. First pitch. Curveball for a strike on the bottom half, 0-1. Which, again, the fielder's choice, you're basically exchanging an out for an out. You might as well get the lead runner, which is what Prakash did.
And yesterday, the Cowboys gave up 3 runs in the bottom of the first inning. And, again, lost to the Roswell Invaders for the first time all season. Now a 6-1 record against Roswell. Like we talked about earlier, a time to bounce back here.
Kick and pitch is fouled off on the right. 0-2 now to Mikey Alonso, which last year the Cowboys lost once to the Invaders, and that was right here at Joe Bauman Stadium.
Wow.
I believe it was around this same time because the Cowboys this time last year, the exact date, they were playing the Roswell Invaders.
And the Roswell Invaders were a postseason team last year too, right?
Yes. 0-2. Right side, a liner collected by the second baseman Kyle Rodriguez goes right into his glove. Sends us to the top of the second inning now. Cowboys trail 1-0 when we return.
Skinner's Drilling and Well Service in Alpine is your authorized dealer for Polymark water storage tanks. Skinner's Drilling and Well Service sells and installs rainwater harvesting tanks, vertical and horizontal leg tanks, and more. Any size from 100 gallons to 5,000 gallons or more, Skinner's either has it or they can get it in short order. Phone 837-2497. Skinner's Drilling and Well Service, LLC, Texas license number 2838A1.
Mountain Zone TV is your local internet provider, providing you the lowest prices in the area. At $51 per month, you'll get 50 megabytes download and 5 megabytes upload, brought to you by this local service provider. But the best news is there's no contract. Yes, you won't have to sign your life away to Mountain Zone TV. They're doing business right at Mountain Zone. Call them up at 432-837-2300. Call Mountain Zone today.
Reliability, experience, quality, and value. For over a decade, Big Bend Concrete has been producing quality concrete along with premium customer service. No matter the size of your project, whether it's residential or commercial, the team at Big Bend Concrete can handle everything from the setup, the pour, as well as the finish. So call the Big Bend area's leading concrete provider, 837-7179. Big Bend Concrete, solid.
It's the top of the second inning. The Alpine Cowboys trail 1-0 to the Roswell Invaders. I'm Rowan Elbert. That's Ryan Weil. Herson Calzilia still out there for the Invaders. The starter that we did not expect to see today, considering the fact that we were told Garrett Toddy, the manager for the Invaders, who hasn't pitched since he was 14 years old, was going to throw today, but maybe he was just smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, curveball, Rowan. And we relayed bad information to the whole team.
Oh, I know. And now I feel bad as right-handed batter Brandon Andrews steps into the box, the 5 slot. The Cowboys had one base runner in the first inning. It was Carson Kirby on infield single. As Andrews steps in, yeah, some false advertisement on our end.
And Rowan, I really think there's a good chance that was by design, as you've kind of mentioned.
I think you could be right on that end. I think it could be a smoke screen as Herson Calzilia out there for the Invaders. Here's his first pitch in the righty-on-righty matchup to Brandon Andrews out of the righty's hand. Goes with a hanging curve that drops at the last second for a strike, 0-1. Calzilia getting his signs from Alexandrov. Two guys as battery mates who have been in MLB organizations as Andrews fouls back the 0-1.
Yeah, if we want to look at Brandon Andrews' stats on the year, he only has 87 plate appearances only. I mean, he's really been an everyday guy in the outfield since we lost our center fielders, A.J. Folds, Xavier Croxton, and then our right fielder, Drake Andron.
That's Calzilia. The 0-2 kick and pitch. Well away on a slider.
But 299 average for Andrews and 5 home runs, which is the third most on the team.
At 18 RBIs as well, the 361 on base. Andrews really has been a solid bat, especially as of late, the last couple of weeks. Calzilia shakes off a pair of pitches from Alexandrov, and his 1-2 delivery. Andrews, a chopper, third base side, gets past Bain, bounces off of his chest, goes into left center field. Brandon Andrews has first base via the error from Chad Bain.
And what did we talk about on this infield? Funny hops, funny bounces. It'll play awfully funny. If you make contact with the ball, put it in play, sometimes they'll fall your way, and that one definitely fell Andrews' way.
Yeah, today Lance Myers was giving me some grounders on this field. Wasn't easy. I've taken grounders on Coconut and also Chevron Field, home of the Bills, and a lot easier on both of those surfaces. As the righty Kyle Rodriguez steps in the box with a runner on first and Andrews, nobody out. Righty on righty the matchup. Rodriguez has red batting gloves. Andrews off and running. Rodriguez pokes it foul.
May have been the hit and run there with Rodriguez just swinging the barrel around on an outside pitch and Andrews running.
I do like that call, though. I guess Lance earlier today was just getting me ready, and you as well, for a game that we'll be playing after this one, apparently.
Yeah, I hope we get to. The firemen seemed like they had enough guys when I talked to them.
We'll just play for the police as the 0-1. Andrews is safe there. I want to play for the police anyway.
Yeah, I definitely want to play for the firemen.
Okay, so you are you're part of that yourself.
Yeah. I think they need an all-time catcher though, which is
that's what they wanted you to do, right?
That's gonna be fun, man. I better stick some icy hot on my knees.
Andrews takes, or I should say Rodriguez takes the 0-1 low. 1-1 our count with Andrews at first base. On deck for the Cowboys, Jake Sisto in the hole. Mateo Avalone. This is a moment I've been waiting for. Mateo's first AB back as a Cowboy. Apparently, in BP, I was talking to the guys. They were saying Mateo's swing identical to what we saw last season, which is great to hear. The 1-1. Away on a fastball, a 2-seam from Calzilia. Avalone have Alfred State. Before that, SUNY Brockport. We have Kyle Rodriguez in the box. He's in a 2-1 count with Brandon Andrews on first base. Nobody out in the top of the second, a 1-0 Invader lead. And a 2-1 delivery. Ghost slider, Rodriguez, a pop-up on the right side, a blooper, Texas Leaguer, diving grab. It is caught. Wow, Michael Fisk putting his body on the line in shallow right to make the grab for the first out.
That's one of those plays, too, just in shallow right field. Even if he doesn't make the grab, still probably has the force on Kyle Rodriguez over at second base as they recollect, because Kyle's having to stay close to that first base bag on a pop fly just in shallow right field. But, again, like you said, really nice play.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. As Jake Sisto, right-handed batter, he steps into the box, the catcher for the Cowboys, with Andrews on first. Now 1 out in the top of the second inning. Sisto a 247 average as he steps in. 360 on base for the Italian Stallion. Caldezila. First pitch delivery. Sisto, a strike found on an 0-1 on the outside.
Rowan, remember last year when we had that ball game here in Roswell where the umpire went down, had that hour-long delay?
I think that may have been this time last year as there's a pickoff move on Andrews. On this day yesterday, Johnny Medina hit 2 home runs in a 15-6 Cowboy victory.
But did you know that the umpire by second base, Keith Dunlop, was the guy who came in and umpired the rest of that game?
That's him?
Yeah. He told me that before the game. I was really surprised.
Wow. There's a strike found on Jake Sisto. It's an 0-2 count with Andrews at first, 1 out. Sisto falling behind early to Herson Caldezila. Caldezila, formerly in the Brewers organization. Sisto last year, playing in the Pioneer and the Frontier League, MLB partner leagues. Gets his signs. And 0-2, kick and pitch. Sisto puts it in play. Base hit right side, a bouncer in the right field. Jake Sisto, a 1-out single.
Mateo has the chance to tie this ball game up again with his first professional at-bat of the season.
Oh, yes, here we go. Mateo Avalone, right-handed batter. This is, again, Avalone, a Cowboy since 2022. It continues the streak in 2025.
And like you said, man, last year, your postseason MVP.
Yeah, he batted .483 in the playoffs, had a walk-off in round 1 against the Tucson Saguaros. He was incredible in the playoffs. Righty on righty, first pitch to Avalone from Caldezila. Outside with the heater, 1-0. I mean, according to everybody that I've heard from, really no rust on Avalone's end, at least in practice and BP, stuff like that. Who knows until you get into an actual game.
Yeah.
The 1-0 delivery. Avalone takes a strike downstairs, 1-1 on the changeup.
And what's really impressive about that batting average in the postseason is, you know, Rowan, there's a disparity between postseason ball clubs in the Pecos League and teams that don't make the postseason as far as their pitching staff goes. So he was doing it against the best of the league.
Yes, absolutely. As the 1-1 slider is outside, 2-1 to Mateo Avalone. Right-handed batter has the white batting gloves with Andrews on second, Sisto on first. Sisto, a teammate of Avalone in 2023. That was a year where he only played 3 games for the Cowboys due to an injury. The 2-1 on the inside, it's a 3-1 count. That was at the belt line and in. Avalone with 1 out. On deck for the Cowboys, the 9-spot Brendan Conal, the pitcher on the day, as Caldezila in the stance, a big-time pitch coming to Mateo Avalone. Now a delivery. Avalone swings and misses. It's a full count. I mean, he knew he had to swing at something eventually.
Yeah.
That time, Caldezila gave him something. Even if it's not this at bat, you know you're going to get something from Mateo eventually. Here's the payoff. Avalone reaches for it right side to the second baseman. Collects, fires, first, got Avalone. However, with 2 outs, it advances the runners to second and third.
Yeah, fielder's choice, but still a little bit productive with the runners advancing.
At the second baseman there, and Mikey Alonso. Now, with 2 outs, the Cowboys will count on the pitcher and 9-spot hitter, lefty Brendan Conal, to get something done against the righty Herson Caldezila. Conal has only one base hit on the season. It came right here in Roswell. It was off of a position player as well. It was in that 18-run ninth inning where the Cowboys won 28-4. That was a month ago. And a first pitch to Conal is on the way. Right down Broadway for a strike.
Yeah, that makes it .083 average for him. But again, we've seen pitchers do it at times on the year.
Yeah, we saw it with Ira Clifton yesterday for the Invaders. You know, anything can happen.
Had a 133 average before getting that single.
Here's the 0-1. On the outside to Conal. The good news is for Caldezila is that first base is open. If you do walk the pitcher, doesn't bring in any runs. But on deck for the Cowboys, you got the top of the order with Sean Becker. He struck out swinging his last time around. Now the 1-1 deferral. Conal swings and misses at a pitch downstairs.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell Conal hasn't hit in a while, Rowan. No judgment to the guy, flat-footed there.
As it's 1 ball and 2 strikes, Caldezila getting his signs from Alexandrov. To be fair, he probably still looks way better than me. I'd be chopping at it like a sword. The delivery to Conal. He swings and misses at an upstairs fastball. Herson Caldezila escapes the jam as we head into the bottom of the second. Cowboys, they trail 1-0.
Alpine Community Credit Union wants to thank Alpine and its residents for making Alpine such a terrific place to live by supporting its customers with the best professional and friendliest service in town. Federally insured, they can help you with loans, businesses, savings, or any banking need that you might have. Experience our beautiful clean lobby and that down-home professional small-town courtesy that you can only expect from, well, a small town. Alpine Community Credit Union.
The Hampton Inn is where you should be staying when you make a trip out to West Texas. If you use your Hilton Honors card, you can be a part of their rewards program and stay at a location that has a complimentary breakfast, a meeting room for business purposes, an outside patio with a great view. They also have a gym, a spa, and an indoor pool at the Hampton Inn at 2607 West Highway 90 here in Alpine. Call 432-837-7344.
Maverick Bank has served as a symbol of strength and dependability in West Texas for over a century. Inspired by the unconventional spirit of Samuel Maverick, Maverick Bank embodies the essence of the term Maverick: bold, independent, and innovative. Like Maverick's refusal to brand his cattle, we challenge conventions in banking, forging our own path with commitment of hard work and authenticity. Welcome to Maverick Bank, where the spirit of Texas shapes the future of banking.
We are back. Alpine Cowboys in the bottom of the second. They trail 1-0 to the Roswell Invaders. It is the top of the hour, which means it's time for station identification. You're listening to KVLF 98.7 FM or via YouTube as the lefty Brendan Conal is out there for his second inning of work. Last time around did not go as planned, but was somehow able to escape with only 1 run allowed. He'll face 7, 8, and 9 here in this second inning.
Yeah, Ioannis Alexandrov, the 7th spot. He has, we can pull up his batting average here, but one thing that we've talked to some guys about is they've pulled up his previous stats. He played somewhere in Europe before this and struggled pretty mightily in those seasons.
Yeah, in 2022, he batted .21 in the Cubs organization for the Dominican Cubs. In 2023, batted .172, which makes .21 look a lot better. So that would be 2%, I guess, if you were calculating those 2022 stats.
Yeah, really struggling. But .272 here in the Pecos League, so that's pretty good compared to those two. No home runs.
Yeah, .392 on base, as well as the righty Alexandrov steps in. He has like a red ribbon type of thing coming out of his helmet, like a headband.
Yeah.
As he steps in. Like it's a ninja headband, I believe.
I'm not sure what that is, Ron. It looks like a do-rag.
First pitch. Do-rag wouldn't quite be for him as it misses on the inside 1-0. I just don't see it looking well on him.
Yeah.
Here's the 1-0 to Alexandrov, right-handed batter from Brendan Conal's arm. The curveball gets a big hack 1-1. We've mentioned it. Conal's breaking stuff, really nasty.
Yeah, really competitive spin rates, like 2,100. Spin
Wow.
efficiencies about 90%.
1-1 slider that's below the belt line and in. 2-1. We've seen that location quite a bit for Conal today, on the inside towards the thigh area.
And this umpire was calling it on the outside yesterday. That might translate to the pair of walks we've seen.
As the 2-1 heater misses above the belt line. That very well could be the case. For umpires, it's really a day-by-day basis. What they call a strike, what they don't. It depends on the game, depends on the trends.
Yeah, but this guy called it the same place yesterday.
3-1, right side liner goes over the head of the second baseman, Kyle Rodriguez. A leadoff single for Ioannis Alexandrov in the 7th slot, bottom of the 2nd for the Invaders. Now, Chad Bain playing third base today, 231 on the season. The righty steps in as Conal has a conversation with his catcher, Jake Sisto.
Hey, we were looking at the team averages before this, Rowan. Chad Bain, a 231 batting average. Roswell with a 281 batting average as a team. Do you remember what Alpine had?
Yeah, the Cowboys' team batting average is 317. Their
Okay.
team on base is 428. And like you're mentioning, Roswell Invaders, yeah, that 281 team batting average. The 404 as the team on base, which is not too bad. But then you also look at them with a team ERA of 10.4.
Yeah.
The Cowboys, I mean, theirs is 6.6, which isn't great, but it's better than a 10.4.
And this is a hitter-friendly league, an offensive league, so a 6 ERA in the Pecos League isn't like at the MLB level.
Yeah, there was a guy telling me, he was like, hey, if I have a 5 ERA in this league, that's not terrible.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're absolutely right. Conal deals the Bain. Slider away.
Yeah, I heard something similar, Rowan. It's scouts are looking, hey, just have an ERA that it looks decent, maybe a sub-7, and then have measurables and be able to communicate that. Show us on the gun that you throw 92 to 95, have a low walk rate and a decent ERA, and that's really all you need to have opportunities.
1-0, big hack, 1 ball, 1 strike. They also look at the scouts, from what I've heard, they look at strikeout to walk ratio quite a bit.
Definitely.
As it's 1 ball, 1 strike early on Chad Bain. He's the 8th slot hitter for the Roswell Invaders. The Cowboys looking to bounce back from yesterday's defeat as they trail 1-0 here. 1-1. Big swing and a miss on a slider at the shins. 1-2 now.
Rowan, was Bain the one I said that looked like he was on ice skates yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll say it again today.
That was kind of the case that time around. Conal looks at first, and the 1-2 kick and pitch. Bouncer right to the mound. Conal collects. Thought about second. Fires the first. Got him for the first out. That does advance Alexandrov to second, but the Cowboys do get 1 here in the bottom of the 2nd.
Yeah, weak contact right to the pitcher. And, you know, we talked about this with Becker as well yesterday and earlier today, how, you know, that batter's box is like Normandy, man. There's trenches everywhere, especially on the latter half, so you're almost angled upwards. So we saw a lot of ground balls early yesterday, and that was one where he was well over the top of it.
Like Normandy. I know a guy whose father fought in Normandy.
Wow.
Right-handed batter, Hersan Caldezila. The pitcher, a 9-slot hitter. He shows bunt. Sisto a check in at second. Becker looking to apply the tag. It's not in time.
So the guy you know is like 70 years old?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's Rod Tafoya, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his dad fought in Normandy. It's an 0-1 count, it appears. It's at least what they have on the scoreboard. Oh, no, it's 1-0, as it says on point streak, as it's fouled back. Now it's 1-1. One ball, 1 strike with runner on second for the Invaders.
Hey, we mentioned this earlier that there's a run rule in effect today, 10 runs after 5 innings because of that other ball game going on. But without the manager of Roswell starting, it's really a moot point.
Swung on, hit back. 1-2 now, which It's like, yeah, 12 runs after 5 innings.
Oh, it's 12.
It's 12, yes. So that is interesting, I will say. Looking at the Roswell Invaders on the field, coaching third base is the guy we thought was going to start, Garrett Toddy. 1-2. Slider outside, got him looking. Beautiful pitch from Brendan Conal on the breaking ball to get the second out in the bottom of the second.
Our first backwards K we've seen on that outside of the plate today, and I think we'll see a few more.
Now you go to the top of the order with Bilal Whittle, who walked his last time around. Right-handed batter with a runner on second and 2 gone, a 1-0 Invader lead.
Yesterday, the Invaders looked like a take-heavy approach as well. They struck out looking maybe 6 or 7 times.
Yeah, and especially in the latter half of the game as the first pitch misses on the inside. Jesse Garcia came in for 2 relief innings, and all 4 of his strikeouts were looking.
And the Alpine Cowboys didn't strike out looking a single time yesterday.
Yes. So pretty much the opposite when it comes to the approach.
Yeah.
As here's Conal's 1-0. A curveball just inside on Whittle, 2-0 the count. I feel like, yes, it was inside, but it was more towards the borderline. I think Whittle leaning back kind of helped his case.
Yeah, man. Sometimes those umpires will read the body language again. This isn't the peak of umpire performance in the Pecos League.
2-0 kick and pitch. Go slider, go strike, 2-1.
And another thing about Roswell being take heavy, I think it's a good approach at home because of that mound that we talk about at times that stands really tall, has awkward dirt off to the side. It angles really hard off from the center of the mound.
2-1 downstairs. You have to be a real athlete to pitch on this mound. It's a mountain. I wouldn't even call it a mound. It's a mountain right there.
Yeah, and when you say you have to be a real athlete, I agree with you, man. It's about adjusting to a new environment and a new circumstance with that mound, and doing so on the fly when you're used to the traditional mound, I think, is where that athlete or athleticism comes into play.
3-1 off of the bunt is inside. That will allow for Bilal Whittle to walk his way to first. Second time he's been walked today. Now you go to Sloan Laird, had an RBI double his last time around, which scored the speedy Whittle all the way from first to home. That was just ridiculous.
Yeah. And Whittle has cemented himself. Do we know? I mean, he probably has stolen a lot of bags in the Pecos League.
Yeah, I would have to look at last season. I remember he was a center fielder last year for Pecos, and he is today for the Roswell Invaders. First pitch to the lefty Laird, misses upstairs.
And center fielder is typically one of your fastest outfielders as well.
Oh, yeah. And Brandon Andrews for the Cowboys, that stands true for sure. A.J. Folds before. As Conal, eyes down, eyes back. 1-0. Slider on the hands, crank deep, right field. Back to the track, it tucks in. Kirby, the right fielder, is able to collect. Whittle hightailing it from third, going all the way around. Here's a throw, not in time. Invaders bring in 2 runs on that play to make it 3-0 in the bottom of the second. RBI double off of the bat as Sloan Laird again.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, Sloan has all 3 RBIs in today's game.
Insane. Laird, the guy who struggled at the beginning of the season, went into this game with 23 RBIs, a solid amount. Now he's already up to 26 as he goes to Ty Murray, I should say, in the 3 slot, who struck out swinging his last time around, playing first base today to make room for the new addition in Bilal Whittle.
Coming into today's game, Sloan's batting average against Conal was 0 for 0.00.
Conal has had some of his most dominant performances against the Invaders. First pitch. Downstairs it misses. His last start against Roswell, he went 6 1/3. Only gave up 2 earned runs, gave up 6 hits, walked 2 batters, struck out 8. So he's had their number, to say the least. 1-0. A slider, bouncer, left side, and foul towards the Cowboy dugout. 1-1 our count against Ty Murray. The Cowboys looking to avoid 2 straight setbacks to the Roswell Invaders as Sebastian Barrios is getting a light toss in on the Cowboy bullpen. We saw him go 4 innings in a win against the Pecos Bills. Conal, his 1-1. Big swing and a miss on the curveball, 1-2.
And we've seen starters go really deep into ball games. Ron, who did he come in for in that 4-inning outing?
Brendan Conal.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, Ronan Tachibana before that, who went 2 innings, but that was when Conal only went 1 1/3.
When he wasn't feeling well.
Yes. Looks back, 1-2 delivery. At the ankles, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Conal is a guy, I would say, very hard on himself. He was very hard on himself about that performance, despite all the outside situation, going around with the illness. I mean, he still felt very bad about that performance. As it's 2-2 the count, the pitch. Fouled back.
And when we talk about trying to make that postseason rotation, that starting rotation, this is the most important time to have success. Again, you really can't have 2 bad outings and expect to be a starter in the postseason. So it's really important for him to settle into this game and really deliver for a few more innings if he wants to have a chance at being a starter late in the season.
2-2. Another foul ball behind. Ty Murray continues the battle for the Invaders. We've seen in the past for the Cowboys and for most teams, they go down from 5 to 4 usually in the playoffs, maybe even 3 if you're pushing it. Conal, 2-2 in the stance. The kick and pitch. Chopper and foul on the left side. Ty Murray continues to stay alive in this at-bat against Brendan Conal.
And we have 2 All-Stars that we know are going to be probably option number 1 and 2.
Yeah, Parker Wakeman and Humberto Vela. I think those guys at this point are locks.
Yeah.
2-2. Slider got him looking on the inside. Murray's not happy. And that will end the 2nd inning. Top of the 3rd, Cowboys have a big opportunity as they trail 3-0 to the Invaders.
Alpine 06 Cowboys fans, this one's for you. Alpine Memorial Funeral Home is proud to support our local baseball team. Just like every game counts, every moment with family matters. We're here to provide caring support when you need it most. Call us at 432-837-2222 or visit alpinememorialfuneralhome.com because we're always here for our community, on and off the field.
Some assembly required. 3 words that have been known to leave men wringing their hands in frustration, thinking not so kind thoughts, and sometimes even using some spicy language. Morrison's True Value Hardware Store and Morrison True Value Gardens want your purchase of that new grill, that new bicycle, that new lawnmower, weed trimmer, or generator to be a good experience. So they do the assembly work for you, free of charge. It's just the C.G. Morrison way of doing business.
Lowe's Market traces its history to E.M. Bud Lowe, who sold candy and sundries from the back of his truck in Littlefield, Texas in the 1940s. In 1964, Bob opened the first Lowe's Market, a small grocery store in Olton, Texas. Since then, Lowe's has expanded into small and medium-sized towns and cities throughout Texas and New Mexico. When Lowe's makes an investment in a community, they also make a commitment to serve the community with the highest quality and selection, along with fair pricing. Lowe's, your family grocery store.
Top of the 3rd inning, Cowboys a 3-0 deficit to the Roswell Invaders. Sean Becker, top of the order for Alpine, will lead us off against Hersan Caldazilia. So far today, he's allowed 2 hits to the Cowboys. Here's the big picture, though. Caldazilia yet to walk a Cowboy batter so far.
That's what Ira did so well yesterday as well.
Yes, Ira definitely limited the walks. He had under 5, which for nearly going the whole 9 innings is pretty impressive.
Absolutely. Even Burt limited the walk rate yesterday, but was chased out of the ball game with, 5 runs allowed?
Yeah, just giving up hits, just running into contact, I guess.
Yeah.
Caldazilia gets his signs, and the first pitch to Becker. A hanging slider misses at his shins. 1-0 to start us off. Becker with a .485 on base percentage. That trumps everyone else on the Cowboy team.
And, Rowan, we talk about this infield and how running into contact can get some base hits on a funky infield. I don't remember too many specific errors yesterday, but I'd almost want to throw our guys that strike out more guys.
As a 1-0 curveball's in.
At a ballpark like this. That way we're not having to field those balls on the infield.
I do think you're right. I remember hearing from a lot of guys that if you just, especially when the night falls, if you put a ball in play, there's a good chance it gets through.
Yeah, even a pop fly sometimes.
Yes, exactly. With the way the lights shine down, 1-1. Another curveball, this time too low, 2 away. 2-1 our count. On deck for the Cowboys, Carson Kirby. In the hole is Hunter Damon, a pair of rookies following the veteran currently in the box, and Sean Becker. The 2-1 to him. Takes a slider down Broadway. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Becker calls time.
Let's see if he chokes up on the bat here. Again, choking up on the bat gives you a little bit more leverage to turn it around and get more contact. You won't hit it as far, but he's not really choked up. Some guys do it, some guys don't.
Called to Zila. And a big pitch here to the leadoff man, Becker, in the top of the third. Here's the kick and delivery. A slider as Becker battles away, fouls it on the right. In the air, 2, solid contact. As Becker steps back in, Alpine looking to avoid another setback to the Invaders. Yesterday, at this point in the contest, it was 3-0 Roswell, but that was off of a 3 spot in the first inning.
Yeah.
A 2-2 to Becker. Check swing, top half. He went, they're going to say. Wow, Becker is retired.
I'm not sure about that one. They didn't even confer to the umpire over at first base. He just decided Becker went. Becker didn't like it either.
Now you go to Carson Kirby at Bruton Parker, an NAIA school out in Georgia. Left-handed batter against the righty, and called to Zila with nobody on base and 1 out. First pitch to the lefty. Called to Zila, still getting his signs. Now his first pitch. Inside strike on Kirby.
Looked like the 2-seam.
I feel like I've seen more 2-seam from him than 4-seam.
Yeah.
It's an 0-1 count at the plate. And a time called by the home plate umpire. There also isn't a pitch clock here, which is worth noting because these guys take their time.
I don't understand how they get away with that either.
Yes.
I thought it was a league-wide rule.
The umpires, because even if there's not a physical pitch clock in the ballpark, the umpire should still keep track of it.
Yeah.
0-1. Kirby lifts it left side. It gets down for a base hit. How about that for the rookie? He has first base. He stumbles on his way to second, but he's in there at first. He probably wasn't going to have second base anyway. But how about that? A 1-out single for Carson Kirby. He's 2 for 2 on the day. He's looked really good.
Yeah, really good over the last couple of games, man. We talked a couple of weeks ago when we were throwing catchers out in right field, when we were pinch hitting pitchers, that we'll have some additions come postseason, and Kirby looks to be a really valuable one. Speaking of a valuable addition, stepping in the batter's box.
Yep, Hunter Damon, the right-handed batter, a rare strikeout for him. He's played 5 games this year. It was his second strikeout in the year, and the first at-bat. He takes the first pitch low, 1-0. The hope is, to compare it to last season, that Carson Kirby and Hunter Damon can kind of be like that Tyler Rice-Setter type of guy. Obviously, Rice-Setter pitched as well, which we're not expecting out of these two, but was very good with the bat when relied upon. Pickoff move at first, not in time. Also, another new addition that we'll likely see tomorrow for the Cowboys, Maddox Hoagland, the starting pitcher out of West Texas A&M. I guess maybe he's filling that Casey Cheek type of role from last year, if you want to have those comparisons. 1-0 away.
West Texas A&M is in Canyon, Texas, just outside of Amarillo. That's another Lone Star Conference program, and that's a really good program, Rowan. The athletic department does stuff well over there, and I'm expecting a lot. Again, he's a big 6'3" guy. And
2-0s away.
And I think he's probably got some nice velo numbers. He could be, like you said, a Casey Cheek kind of guy, and one of 3 additions we've had in the last week at the pitcher position.
Yeah, Cheek started that championship game when the Cowboys down to the Pacifics, so big part of that team. 3-0 slider, good recovery from Caldezila to get the strike on Damon. Hunter Damon out of Prescott, Wisconsin. As he steps back into the box in a 3-1 count with 1 out. His fellow rookie Kirby on first. To the delivery. Upstairs, Damon has a free pass to first base. The first walk of the day for Hersan Caldezila and the Invaders.
And I think he thought that one found the zone. The way he's smiling, looking at the umpire right now.
That was right above the belt line. It was definitely on the borderline. Caldezila probably had a case there.
Yeah.
As the righty James Procish now steps in, cleanup man, 0 for 1, flew out to right field. And that was on a diving catch from Michael Fisk. Robbed Procish of what could have been a base hit. First pitch slider, high bouncer. The shortstop Laird collects, throwing the run to first. Got him for the second out. Great play on the infield grass by the shortstop Sloan Laird. 2 in scoring position for the Cowboys for Brandon Andrews.
Yeah, man, I think that shows experience playing here. Whenever you have that high chopper headed your way, you're playing on the infield, you want to attack it right where it's bouncing because you know you can stick the glove right above it and have it right off the dirt. And especially when it's that high chopper, it's not going to die and go under your glove. And that was a nice play made by Sloan.
Right-handed batter Brandon Andrews in. 2 in scoring position for the Cowboys. Again, so far it's looked like solid starting pitching for the Invaders on back-to-back days, going to Hersan Caldezila. Here's the first pitch to Brandon Andrews. Away on a 2-seam, it's a strike. Andrews, the last time around, reached via an error at third base. That was the third baseman, Chad Bain.
We talk about Andrews, when he runs into it, it goes a long way. He has that big exit velo, but again, with just about 80 plate appearances, he also has 28 strikeouts, which is the most on the team.
0-1. Right side and foul. It's an 0-2 count. And you can also kind of tell because the batting average and the on-base percentage, they don't differ too much. That will tell you part of the story, but the strikeout numbers are the big number there.
Yeah. At least, he would tell himself to be competitive, put the ball in play. I'm sure he wants to do that here. But
it's an 0-2 count. Andrews fouls it back.
Down 0-2, though, he's in a hole.
Oh, certainly. With runners on second and third for the Cowboys. 2 in scoring position. Looking to avoid another story that we've really seen the last couple of days. Leaving guys on base. That's the hope for the Cowboys, that Andrews can do something to get on base. It's an 0-2 count, however. The delivery. Well away.
There's that slider on the outside.
It's not even, I'm sure it's still effective at this part of the day, but you know it's going to be really effective once we get to dusk.
Yeah, and your depth perception isn't as good, especially with the lighting. That's really what we're talking about. Even yesterday, it was hard to see out in left field when they made that diving grab.
1-2. Upstairs, a 2-seam, misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Brandon Andrews. For the Cowboys, it's Kyle Rodriguez on deck in this top of the third inning where it's a 3-0 Invader lead. Alpine knocking at the back door with 2 in scoring position.
Yeah, look at Brandon Andrews' right foot, Rowan.
Oh, yeah, that's buried down.
Yeah.
Definitely some more leverage on the lead foot. Caldezila, the 2-2 offering. Well away into the opposite batter's box. Alexandrov had to nearly dive for it, the catcher for the Invaders. It's a full count.
Battling back is Brandon.
Exactly. Down 0-2 to get back to a full count. That's huge. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Caldezila. Big pitch coming. His payoff. Swing and a miss. Andrews down on strikes. Sends us to the bottom of the third. Invaders lead 3-0.
Mountain Zone TV is your local internet provider, providing you the lowest prices in the area. At $51 per month, you'll get 50 megabytes download and 5 megabytes upload, brought to you by this local service provider. But the best news is there's no contract. Yes, you won't have to sign your life away to Mountain Zone TV. They're doing business right at Mountain Zone. Call them up at 432-837-2300. Call Mountain Zone today.
Reliability, experience, quality, and value. For over a decade, Big Bend Concrete has been producing quality concrete along with premium customer service. No matter the size of your project, whether it's residential or commercial, the team at Big Bend Concrete can handle everything from the setup, the pour, as well as the finish. So call the Big Bend area's leading concrete provider, 837-7179. Big Bend Concrete, solid. Get it done. That's what McCoy's is all about. For that home or commercial project, McCoy's has a friendly and knowledgeable staff always ready to help. And with McCoy's, they'll make your job easier with do-it-yourself tips and tools. Order online, and they'll have it ready for you. Even load it up. And free delivery with $50 or over purchase under 1,000 pounds within a 25-mile radius, Monday through Saturday. McCoy's offers online bill paying and invoice management with flexible credit options. At McCoy's, their purpose is to make life easier and more fulfilling for those who build.
It's the bottom of the third inning. The Cowboys with a 3-0 deficit to the Invaders. I mean, the hit tally is 3-3. What do you think the key is to why the Cowboys are trailing by 3?
Rowan, I think it comes down to the mound for Conal. I really do. I know we say athletes can adjust, but again, it's really funny here. Yesterday we saw Humberto with a couple of uncharacteristic walks really early in the game before he got used to it. And I think that's what it comes down to. Now, as far as our offense, I'm not really sure. They've got another good guy out there. Maybe he's just dealing to us, and he knows how to send the breaking balls here at a bark that messes with your depth perception.
And that was kind of like Ira Clifton yesterday.
And the guys echoed that, too.
Yes. Shane Moore, right-handed batter for the Invaders. First pitch from the lefty Conal. It sinks through a high pop-up on the left side, just on the edge of the infield dirt. Shortstop Becker calls everybody off and makes the grab for the first out. One pitch, one out in the bottom of the third.
Ron, was it this year when Becker got some reps at shortstop and never had a ball hit his way, or was that late last year?
That was this year, yes. And it was one game he played shortstop this year.
And it was in Roswell, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he made his debut, his professional debut here in Roswell. It was a trip where Taylor Darden, who is now on the cusp of being called up to affiliate ball, was just taking some off days. First pitch to the righty, and Michael Fisk is a strike, 0-1. Fisk, last time around, it was a fielder's choice. As it's no one count, he steps right back in. The pitch. Big swing and a miss up top.
Yeah, Fisk didn't like that first call. Shook his head, Rowan, and stepped out. Gave some bad body language. Again, you don't want to mess with the umpires here at this level. You don't want to create that emotional battle.
The 0-2 offering is outside, 1-2. And just bad body language as a whole. Not even just for the umpires, but for your team as well. I mean, that can be mentally deflating.
Yeah, you got to stay stoic out there.
1-2. Hard hit ground ball, right side, collected by the second baseman Rodriguez. Throws the first. Avalone gets him at second base here. 2 up, 2 down for the Cowboys in this bottom of the third inning where Roswell leads 3-0.
And yesterday we were talking about Fisk and Mikey, and their batting averages haven't been excellent on the year, but they were the ones who did the damage in the crucial opportunities and times last night. Again, Fisk has a .221 average.
Mikey Alonso, a guy who was 3 for 4 yesterday at 3 RBIs. Right-handed batter, Conal's offering. Liner up the middle, gets through for a base hit. Mikey Alonso, a 2-out single. That denies Brendan Conal of the 1-2-3 in the bottom of the third.
You know, Rowan, at times we talk about trying to avoid getting into the bullpen. That way we save bullpen arms for another day. But with that playoff roster looming, I'm almost excited to see bullpen arms right now because we've got a lot of guys who've had good outings recently, and we're trying to test them to see if they're going to make that playoff roster.
Yeah, 25-man playoff roster, but 3 on that 25-man playoff roster need to be inactive. First pitch to the righty Alexandrov, 1-0. So 22 active on the 25-man playoff roster.
And that's active for a series, right?
Yes. So that can change if the Cowboys were to get past Pecos, for instance.
Mm-hmm. If we had a 4-starter rotation, he would be an inactive.
1-0, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike here with the runner on first. 2 outs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Cowboys trailing 3-0 to the Roswell Invaders. Sun beginning to set. Here's the pitch, fouled down. Again, this is for a lot of guys this time of year, one of the worst. Because you're dreading that announcement.
Yeah.
Some guys.
Even the managers, man. There's some tough conversations that needs to be had. Guys who've put their blood, sweat, and tears out here for the Cowboys.
1-2, chopper third base side. Prakash has it. Sends the first. Got it for the 3rd out. Prakash to Avalone to send us to the top of the 4th inning. Alpine, they trail 3-0.
Maverick Bank has served as a symbol of strength and dependability in West Texas for over a century. Inspired by the unconventional spirit of Samuel Maverick, Maverick Bank embodies the essence of the term Maverick: bold, independent, and innovative. Like Maverick's refusal to brand his cattle, we challenge conventions in banking, forging our own path with commitment of hard work and authenticity. Welcome to Maverick Bank, where the spirit of Texas shapes the future of banking.
Coconut Field, home of the Alpine Cowboys since 1947, is proud to show off its True Value colors. The bold green outfield wall is covered with quality True Value paint from Morrison's True Value Hardware store. Speaking of True Value paint, Morrison's is holding their annual 4th of July paint sale right now. That means you can get $15 back instantly on every gallon of select True Value Easy Care paints and Easy Care Woodsman stains. Some assembly required. 3 words that have been known to leave men wringing their hands in frustration, thinking not-so-kind thoughts, and sometimes even using some spicy language. Morrison's True Value Hardware store and Morrison True Value Gardens want your purchase of that new grill, that new bicycle, that new lawnmower, weed trimmer, or generator to be a good experience. So they do the assembly work for you, free of charge. It's just the C.G. Morrison way of doing business.
It's the top of the 4th inning. It's a 3-0 Roswell Invader lead over the Alpine Cowboys. The Cowboys will have 6, 7, and 8 due up going up against Hersan Caldezila. Caldezila has been very solid today for the Invaders, allowing 3 hits, only 1 walk. He has also struck out 4 today, 5 I should say, as he'll face Kyle Rodriguez to start it off, and then followed by Jake Sisto, then Mateo Avalone. So 3 veterans for the Cowboys he'll have to face.
Yeah. Kyle, a great bat for us. Yesterday was not a great day for Kyle Rodriguez, and he'll look to get things going here in this AB. 0 for 1, like you said, on the day.
Yes, he struck out 4 times yesterday. Righty on righty, Caldezila. The kick and pitch to Kyle Rodriguez to open this top of the 4th inning. Here it comes. Hanging breaking ball high and in.
And Kyle's been a guy who we've moved all around the lineup this year. Wasn't it, was it to get him more fastballs or get him more breaking balls? I can't remember which one.
It was to get more heaters in the bottom of the lineup. We see him in the 2 slot yesterday. 1-0 downstairs on the fastball, 2-0. Rodriguez banged 6 today. I believe the lowest we've seen him is 7th.
Okay.
As it's a 2-0 count to the leadoff man, Rodriguez, in the top of the 4th. The delivery. Goes to the breaking ball, misses downstairs, 3-0. With Jake Sisto on deck for the Cowboys, Mateo Avalone in the hole. God, it feels great saying that. 3-0. Strike found, bottom half.
I was ready to write the walk in my scorebook, Rowan. There's a pair of low pitches that were called balls or called strikes. Fisk didn't like the call in the last inning at the knees, and I didn't like that one there, but maybe it'll be consistent today.
The 3-1 is a strike on the outside. Hersan Caldezila fighting back on Rodriguez to get a full count in the top of the 4th inning to lead us off. It's a 3-0 Invader lead. The Cowboys just looking to do anything they can to forge their way into this. There is a run rule today, 12 runs after 5 innings, but I don't think we're going to get to that point today, Ryan.
Nah, they instituted that, we've talked about it a number of times. If you're just tuning in, we thought Garrett Toddy, the manager for Roswell, would start the day. That's what he told us. and we got a curveball when we showed up.
Yes. The payoff. Rodriguez swings and misses. He's 0 for 2 on the day. There's the first out in the top of the fourth. You go to Jake Sisto now, the catcher for the Cowboys. He singled his last time around, the right-handed batter. Yeah, that was crazy because I talked to Garrett before the game. I said, hey, you ready to pitch today? And he said, oh, I'm not pitching. Hersan's got this. I'm like, what? I said, what about the bullpen? He said, hopefully not. So I guess there's a chance he comes out of the bullpen, but I don't know if I'll believe that or not. First pitch to the righty, Jake Sisto, called to Zila. Shakes off a pair of pitches. The pitch now, Sisto rockets foul.
Bush League. That's what I think about that run.
Total smoke screen. I mean, I do have the perfect story behind that. It's called to Zila. His delivery to Sisto. Rockets it in the air, right side towards the line. A Texas leaguer that's caught by the first baseman, Ty Murray, right on the first base line for the second out. But as I was saying, I remember I went to school with the son of the Indianapolis Colts' GM. I went to school with his son, and he was telling me all week, the Colts are going to draft Will Levis. I believed him. Draft night came, they drafted Anthony Richardson.
Oh, wow.
That's the definition of a smoke screen.
That's wild, man. You should have put money on Will Levis and then demanded it back from the kid.
Righty Mateo Avalone in the box with 2 outs. Here's the first pitch. A breaking ball misses away, 1-0. Last time Avalone grounded out to second base, but it did advance the runners to second and third.
Hey, either one of them are poor choices, it looks like.
Yeah,
Will Levis and
that is true. Both bottom 5 quarterbacks, I'll agree. The kick and pitch. 1-0 slider, popped off foul.
I guess AR, maybe if he can stay healthy, could be better.
Hopefully. Only one can hope. I guess right now I'm on the Daniel Jones train.
Yeah. Is he in Indianapolis right now?
Yeah, he's competing with Richardson for the job.
Wow.
Call to Zila. And a 1-1 to Mateo Avalone, the delivery. He swings and misses out an outside slider. Again, that nasty breaking stuff, especially the slider on the outside, getting a Cowboy to bite. We've seen Avalone swing and miss on that pitch in his last at-bat, did it again there. Let's see what he goes with in a 1-2 to the veteran, Mateo Avalone, in what is now his 4th season as a Cowboy. Swing and a miss. He's down on strikes. That sends us to the bottom of the 4th. It's a 3-0 Invader lead. We'll be right back.
Lowe's Market traces its history to E.M. Bud Lowe, who sold candy and sundries from the back of his truck in Littlefield, Texas in the 1940s. In 1964, Bob opened the first Lowe's Market, a small grocery store in Olton, Texas. Since then, Lowe's has expanded into small and medium-sized towns and cities throughout Texas and New Mexico. When Lowe's makes an investment in a community, they also make a commitment to serve the community with the highest quality and selection, along with fair pricing. Lowe's, your family grocery store.
Do you love to play sports and stay active, but notice your breathing isn't as easy and full as it used to be? Nearly 28 million Americans live with asthma, a condition that worsened for many after a COVID or RSV infection, even 2 full years after getting well. The team at Big Bend Regional Health Clinic helps children and adults achieve better control of asthma and other respiratory problems so they can return to their favorite activities, breathing easier. For more information or to schedule an appointment, visit bigbendanytime.com.
At BBT, we're celebrating 65 years of connecting communities across West Texas. And we're committed to using the latest cutting-edge technology to keep you and everyone on your network safe, secure, and seamlessly connected. Because your connection to family, businesses, and community is our priority. Call 800-592-4781 or visit bigbend.com to experience reliable internet from a company committed to West Texas.
It's the bottom of the 4th inning. The Cowboys a 3-0 deficit to the Invaders. I'm Rowan Elbert. That's Ryan Weil. Brendan Conal out for a 4th inning of work. The 3rd inning was his first 0 that he put up in an inning in this contest. What can he do to continue the momentum?
I don't know, man. It's about getting accustomed to that mound. You know, the first thing he did when he walked out there, just dug his cleat into the mound, was digging up on it for about 30 seconds before he started his warm-up pitches. So I think it's just about getting accustomed to it. But at this point in the game, it's about time that you should be accustomed to it.
Yes. He'll face 8, 9, and 1, starting with Shad Bain. 0 for 1 on the day is Bain. He actually grounded out to Brendan Conal the last time around. Lefty arm to southpaw and Conal to the righty in Bain. The first pitch. Hanging slider high and away. Sisto has to stand up to get it 1-0. One ball, no strikes is Conal. Sisto sets up on the outside. Conal delivers. Goes down Broadway for a strike, 1-1.
Four-seam there. Again, he touches about 92 on the fastball when he's really putting some oomph into it. Maybe taking a little bit off, though, like we said, with the conditions.
Yeah, that very well could be the case. Just trying to throw strikes. 1-1 is outside to Chad Bain. These are a pair of guys going head-to-head who have experience in this league. Bain with the Bakersfield Train Robbers last year. Conal the previous 2 seasons with the Tucson Saguaros. His 2-1. Down the middle, gets a big swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bain steps out of the box. Brendan Conal had a spring training opportunity in the USPBL with the Eastside Diamond Hoppers. Did not make the final roster. His 2-2. Swing and a miss. Conal with 1 up, 1 down in the bottom of the 4th. Beautiful strikeout that time.
Yeah, Ron, we talk about guys who get those spring training opportunities, and, you know, there's also tryouts for the Frontier League, et cetera. You know, sometimes it's not a picture-perfect environment to show up in. Yeah, there's 200 guys up there, maybe 150 pitchers you get to throw in front of the scouts for 2 at-bats. They just look at the radar gun and call it a day. I mean, that's just not a fair perspective and not a fair way to be judged.
First pitch to the righty called to Zelia, the pitcher who fouls it off on the left side, 0-1 with 1 out, nobody on base. In the bottom of the 4th inning where the Cowboys trail 3-0. And on the flip side, the Cowboys spring training, not as many guys as that number, as you were saying,
Yeah.
0-1, high and away. It was more of a question of who wasn't going to make the team.
Yeah.
As it's a 1-1 count.
We had about 40-something this year, 50-something.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Conal, the kick and pitch. Fouled back and down. It's a 1-2 count. Brendan Conal today has 4 strikeouts to his name, but also on the flip side, 3 walks.
A little bit less guys at spring training this year than last year. You know,
Yes.
we got word from the guys. They were at the Paisano where they stay during spring training.
1-2, another hack. Conal gets his 5th strikeout for the 2nd out in the bottom of the 4th.
And those barrack-style dorms that they stay in at the Paisano, they notably said, hey, man, it looks kind of sparse this year.
Oh, man. I've only been to the Paisano once. It was to serve food with the guys. That was last July. Right-handed batter, Bilal Whittle. It's a very nice complex, I will say. I think it's great that they host the Cowboys.
I've never been out there.
First pitch to Whittle, misses downstairs. He's been walked in both plate appearances. His first 2 play appearances as a Roswell Invader with the Pecos Bills last season, a part of that Bills team that only won 14 games. 1-0 at the shins, a 2-0 count now to Whittle. As Brendan Conal, the southpaw, who has struck out the first 2 batters in this bottom of the 4th, looking to right the wrongs against a guy who is at his number today in Whittle. His 2-0, high and away, a 3-0 count. You do not want to let Whittle get on base. We've seen him score from first to home twice today.
Yeah, with 2 outs, I bet he'd be off and running, especially with the day Sloan Laird's had.
Yeah, Sloan Laird with a pair of RBI doubles, 3 RBIs today for Sloan Laird. He's on deck in the 2 spot. This is the leadoff man, Whittle, the 3-0. Conal able to find the strike zone with a 4-seam.
Well, I say he'd be off and running, but Conal a lefty, so maybe not. But the way Conal pitches, he squares up towards the plate instead of positioning himself to where he's looking towards the first base side.
3-1, hard hit ground ball in between the legs of the shortstop, Sean Becker. Again, that infield playing another factor as Blair Whittle reaches first base.
It'll be interesting to see what kind of lead Whittle takes, again, with Conal squaring up the plate as he does.
You go to Sloan Laird now, who has had a phenomenal day for the Invaders. All 3 runs have been off of his bat. Left-handed bat, left-handed arm, and Conal.
Wow, look how Conal rotates, no longer squaring up home plate.
First pitch, softly hit ground ball. Prakash, the third baseman, is intercepted by the shortstop. Becker, throw to first. Wow, Laird is safe. Infield single. That was a slow roller. Prakash thought he had it, but Becker intercepted him and ended up getting Laird to first.
Yeah, tough play, but Becker did all he could. But again, I just like how you see pitchers, once a guy gets on base, kind of shift up their approach. We'll see the quick step from guys as well, rather than a high leg kick. But for Conal with the runner at first base, again, rather than facing directly to home plate, squaring up with home plate, kind of like maybe Ashton Genty.
The running back?
Yeah, but again, he's standing straight forward. He rotates 90 degrees, and he's facing directly towards first base when a runner gets there. It's just those little things, man, that have been coached into these guys in a different approach when somebody's on base.
Now you go right-handed batter and Ty Murray. He has struck out twice today. Conal has had 2 of his 5 strikeouts against Ty Murray, a right-handed arm with runners on first and second for the Roswell Invaders, including the speedy Blair Whittle at second, which is scary considering the fact that he's the lead runner here.
Yeah.
And he's in scoring position. Any ball hit into the outfield, I mean, again, has a very good chance. I would even say a 99% chance of scoring him. First pitch. Misses downstairs 1-0. Do you remember that sac fly for Pecos where Greg Borges was at second base and he went all the way in to score?
Hit it at the inlet in Coker Field out in center field. Yeah. That was wild.
Yes. Conal 1-0. That's a slider. That's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike now on Ty Murray with 2 gone. Runners on first and second for the Invaders in the bottom of the 4th. A 3-0 Cowboy deficit to the Invaders. Conal's 1-1 delivery. Hard hit ground ball left side, a foul one. 1-2.
You know, Conal was talking to me about why lefties are sought after. For me, I always thought that lefties just have an advantage against a heavy left-handed lineup, and teams have been putting together heavy left-handed lineups to combat right-handed pitchers. But, you know, they also have different spin, Rowan.
1-2, like that.
Yeah.
Like that breaking ball that retired Ty Murray looking. Strike out the side, Brendan Conal. We can keep it right here as we head into the top of the 5th, a 3-0 Invader lead. Brendan Conal gets his 6th strikeout right there.
You know, what Conal was telling me is that lefties have a natural pronation with their left hand. Pronation, I know pronation with a golf club where you stick your grip a little bit forward from where your club is. But he says that left-handed pitchers have a natural pronation that allows them to get an advantage on their spin, and they have different spin rates, higher spin rates, and that's why left-handed pitchers are really sought after at times. And even though they don't have as high of a velo, still have a lot of success on the mound.
That is crazy to think about. But
The
yes,
science of it, man.
Yes, again, I feel like most pitchers, like the science behind it, they know so much just about their arm mechanics, how to get the best spin rate. I think they have a career in that field maybe after their career is done.
Yeah, absolutely. It's I mean, at times you can hear some of those big league pitchers talk too, and our guys are at the same level. I don't want to call any of our guys savants, but some of those big league guys like Trevor Bauer is a savant, man.
You know, Dietrich Gertzkin was telling me he trained with Trevor Bauer at one point.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and again, he said that Bauer was a very good guy, but at the same time, Bauer kind of made him feel stupid.
Yeah, dude. That's how it is, man. Savant, they'll fire hose you with information and think, why do you not understand what I'm telling you? Like, all right, man, I can't keep up with you there, dude. Like, let's say it in layman's terms. Let's keep it slow for me. But You know, Bauer kind of famous for not being a great clubhouse guy. I guess he probably has really good intentions. It just doesn't come across really great, I think.
Yep, I can relate. I'm kidding. Right-handed batter Trevor Tripoli coming in for Brendan Conal in the 9th spot, the pitcher spot, pinch hitting, which tells us in the top of the 5th inning, Brendan Conal's day is over after 4. Only giving up 3 runs. Why do you think they pulled the plug on him?
You know, Ron, I think it might have to do with the fact that we want to see those bullpen arms like we were talking about earlier.
Because I thought Conal looked really good today.
Yeah, he had started to really settle into things towards the tail end there. But, again, this is kind of a good opportunity, a good time to test out those guys. We're not in danger of falling out of the playoff picture, Ron.
First pitch to the righty is a strike in Tripoli 0-1. Yeah, because the Santa Fe Fuego, I believe they're about 12 games back of the Cowboys. And we have about 2 to 3 weeks left in the regular season, so you're right. 0-1. A slider, check swing. Doesn't matter. It's a strike regardless.
And on top of that, Rowan, the only reason we're kind of in a race right now is for hosting between us and Pecos, and I think we'll have some more information on that at a later date.
Yeah, who knows what that may entail.
Yeah.
Caldezilla, 0-2. Tripoli fouls back. Stays alive as Sean Becker, the leadoff man for the Cowboys, is on deck. I would anticipate Sebastian Barrios will be the first man out for the Cowboys as he's warming up.
And as you mentioned, man, he's had a couple of good starts in a row, really earning the trust factor.
I mean, there are a couple of guys that I would like to see. I want to see more of Kyle Dalton today.
Did I say good starts in a row, Ron?
I think you did, yes.
I meant relief appearances, but yeah, I'd like to see Kyle Dalton. I mean, there's a lot of these guys I'd like to see. Our starters have been going so deep, we haven't had a lot of options.
0-2 upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Trevor Tripoli. I want to see Brad Burdett again.
Not only have our starters been going deep, we've been in really close ball games for a few weeks, it feels like.
For sure. So you're going to go to your top leverage arms, your Gene Reyes, your Armando Ceballo, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I heard a guy call it the other day. He's like, I'm kind of an 8 up, 8 down arm right now. As in, he comes in whenever we're either up or down by 8.
Oh, man. Here's the 1-2 to Tripoli. Well outside, 2-2. I want to see Ben Paul again.
Yeah, me too.
Because he only faced, 3 batters against the Pecos Bills? I just don't think that's a great representation of who he is.
And he had just gotten to Alpine, the day before.
Caldezilla. His 2-2 to Tripoli. Swings on it, ambushes into right field and foul.
There's so many arms. I mean, there's more than what we just mentioned, too.
Yeah, tomorrow we're going to see Maddox Hogland, a guy who might be a starting option for the Cowboys. 2-2 kick and pitch. Upstairs is a full count to Trevor Tripoli to open this top of the 5th inning where the Cowboys trail 3-0 to the Invaders. And the Cowboy offense struggling to get any kind of run support going for Conal, whose day is over. Payoff. Outside, Tripoli a leadoff walk. That's a rarity today for Herson Caldezilla, who has 7 strikeouts and now 2 walks.
Yeah, the mound, I see in chat a question about is the mound closer? The mound isn't closer. It's just about 4 inches taller and just really kind of wonky. Again, it's almost like a mountain where it peaks in the center. And with it being 4 inches taller, it allows you to get downhill, get more leverage, and sometimes get more velo on the ball. But it's also strange as you plant your foot. And it's almost like stepping down. You're expecting a stair, but you miss a stair and you step down 2 steps.
The pitch. Becker shows bunt. It's a strike as Tripoli was nearly off and running from first base, a guy who has 11 stolen bags this season for the Cowboys. The team leader, as a matter of fact, 0-1. Behind him, I believe, is Kyle Rodriguez with 8. Then it's A.J. Folds with 7 as there's a pickoff move not in time on Tripoli. Then right there with 6 stolen bags, the Snow Leopard, Josh Rago.
Yeah.
Rago and Folds both no longer with the team, but still cool to see Rago, I guess, in the thick of that race.
Well, Rago got called up.
Yes. 0-1 away. Yeah, Folds injured. Rago with the Glacier Range Riders. 1-1.
I wonder if he started yesterday for the Glacier Range Riders. I was looking at the live stats the day before where he went 1 for 3 with a walk. Again, it took Tyler Young a few days to get in the starting lineup. Xavier Croxton were right in there instantly.
Yeah. That was the belief in Croxton from the jump. He's batting over 400. He's been great for Boise. Becker, he bunts again, shows it as the 1-1 misses low in the way to the righty and Sean Becker. Becker out of Evansville, Indiana, who has spent time with 2 Indiana schools, Vincennes, where Lance Myers went to school, and John Tuttle, as long with IU Kokomo, another school that John Tuttle went to. 2-1. Bunt shown first base side. It's a fair ball right to the first baseman, Ty Murray. A rundown as he tags Sean Becker. Here's a throw to second base as Trevor Tripoli was there off of the bag and not in time. So 1 out, advances Tripoli over to second base. A sac bunt from Becker.
I like that from Becker, too. With the first baseman collecting on the first base line, he started running back towards home plate, making him forced to chase him down that line to apply the tag. And you have to chase him because Trevor Tripoli at second base could advance if you don't get that tag applied in time.
It's really a win-win, too, because a sac bunt doesn't hurt your average, and also it advances a runner.
Yeah.
Lefty in the box, and Carson Kirby for the Cowboys, 2 for 2. The rookie with a runner on second, and Trevor Tripoli. Hersan Caldezila. Here's his kick and pitch. A slider fouled off on the left side, 0-1. Cowboys being out-hit 5-3 today, but I guess the walks have been the difference. 3 for Brendan Conal, which I guess technically 2 of those ended up being runs in Baleo Whittle.
Hey, 7 strikeouts on the day, though, for Caldezia.
0-1. Yes, he did get a hat pass as that's fouled down.
Most places in the Pecos League, though, Alpine does not do this, but most places in the Pecos League, the team takes money out of that hat pass. They take a certain percentage. I'm not sure about Roswell. I know there's a couple of other places that don't take anything out of the hat pass.
Yeah, because I know what they do. For instance, if like Sebastian Barrios, he got a hat pass, they just take all the money, put it in a folder, and hand it to him after the game. The way it should be.
Yeah. Hey, man, don't shy in on those reliever hat passes. That's
exactly
what I think.
0-2. Kirby takes it outside.
The home run hat pass, yeah, it's flashy, but, I mean, these relievers are showing up every day, getting paid the exact same amount, and try to fork it out for the relief pitchers and the starters when they get an opportunity for the hat pass, especially relief guys who strike out the side.
Caldezila, the 1-2. Kirby elevates it into deep left field. Back towards the warning track, caught by Morrow over the shoulder. Tripoli tags up from second to third. He slides in. 2 outs. The Cowboys have a runner on third base for Hunter Damon. I mean, speaking of the hat pass, I remember 2023 Matt Hess. He had the pass the hat celebration. After he struck out the side, he would go like this on his way to the dugout.
Oh, wow.
Matt Hess is a guy that we got to meet a couple weeks ago when we were in Tucson. I mean, he's taking a year off from baseball, so he just came and was hanging out with the guys for a day.
I thought when you said pass the hat celebration that he would actually go out into the crowd and do it himself.
Hunter Damon, right-handed batter, fouls it off on the right side. 0-1 with Trevor Tripoli on third base for the Cowboys. A big opportunity as it's 0-1 count with 2 gone. Sun has set here in Roswell, New Mexico. Dead still wins. Here we go. Caldezila. 0-1 to Damon. Swings on the ball. High towering right side foul territory. First baseman Ty Murray runs out of room.
You know, we were talking about how we're playing after this in that, what do they call it? Neon? Gleon? What is it called?
What is it? I know Khalil Wilson does it. He'll be proud of us. So what is it called? A cosmic baseball.
But last night we were practicing, and we had to cut the lights off, so we had to tell Toddy that we were done over there. So I got to peek inside of that Roswell Invader clubhouse. Not as cool as I expected.
Oh, I figured. It looks so big, though.
Yeah, it's spacious.
0-2. Damon rips it right side. That is in foul territory. It drops. Hunter Damon staying alive as much as he can, battling off pitches.
Yeah. Again, a guy who doesn't strike out a lot, down 0-2. It'll be interesting to see how his approach goes for the rest of this at bat.
Yeah, Caldezilla looking for what would be his 8th strikeout of the day in the top of the 5th inning. Cowboys trail 3-0 to the Invaders. Tripoli's on third for Alpine. 0-2. Damon, chopper, shortstop Laird. 6-it, fires first, and he's out. Man, Damon nearly laid that out. That was close as we head into the bottom of the 5th. It's a 3-0 Roswell lead when we return.
If you're looking for the best in TVs or the best in TV service, then you're looking for Big Canyon TV. Our dedicated local staff is here for all your TV needs. We offer smart Samsung TVs as well as Dish Network service, so you'll never have a dull moment at home again. DirecTV customers and former cable customers, what are you waiting for? Stop by or call to see what we can do for you. Big Canyon TV, 837-7484, or stop by our office at 610 North 5th in Alpine.
Napa know-how. It's time for this month's Napa savings. Save 14% on Chevron Dello 400XLE 15W30 motor oil, 1 gallon for $18.99. Pick up some Mobile Delvac heavy-duty motor oil, starting at $17.99 a gallon. Napa Premium Performance Conventional Motor Oil available for just $16.99 each. For only $209.99, you can get a Milwaukee M12 Fuel Stub Impact Rinse Kit. Buy a Milwaukee M18 Red Lithium XC 5.0 Resistant Battery 2-pack for only $229 each, a savings of 23%. Napa Auto located at 301 West Holland Avenue in downtown Alpine. Napa know-how.
Stephanie from Dr. Seuss. I got a note, he's got a car, he's got a boat, and if we have time, can we give him a quote?
Of course we can, Renee, and we can do it today. And if he likes a policy for his bikes or his home, does he live in a dome? We can cover his travels if he likes to roam.
Well, we'll cover it all. I'll give him a call.
If it's insurance you need, call Tally Reed, 837-3459. You'll be fine here in Alpine.
New pitcher in the ballgame for your Alpine Cowboys, Sebastian Barrios out of Guatemala. You can see the stats here if you're watching on YouTube or if you're listening back on KBLF. He has a 4.26 ERA on the year. That's in the top 6 on the team. He's pitched in 12 innings, 14 strikeouts, just 4 walks for Sebastian in those 12 innings. Given up 7 hits, however. His most recent appearance was that 3-inning performance where he got the win against the Pecos Bills in a 7-6 ball game back at Coconut Field.
And that was a really special night. His first career professional win couldn't have come at a better time.
Yeah, and if you look, his outings have trended in a good direction. There was 1 earned run in the 3 innings there. His previous 3 outings, he gave up no earned runs. So again, Sebastian Barrios trending in the right direction. And this is a big spot for him, a 3-0 ball game. He's trying to keep it within reach. Again, we're in the bottom of the 5th. It looks like golden hour right now. The ambient light looks awfully beautiful here at Joe Ballman Stadium with the cloud cover. Sebastian out of Guatemala delivers down low. 1-0 the count to the batter in the batter's box for the Roswell Invaders, Shane Morrow, who's 0 for 1 in the ball game. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. As Morrow steps back in, it's a righty-on-righty matchup. Again, the right-hander, Sebastian Barrios, in black today as Morrow swings and misses at the 1-0 pitch. Now 1-1 the count.
Yeah, that slider downstairs, such a beautiful pitch from Barrios. I feel like his breaking stuff has really improved over the last couple of outings. That's made the difference to me.
Maybe he's feeling at home here in Alpine as this misses down low. 2-1 the count. Again, we're at Joe Ballman Field, or Joe Ballman Stadium, where the Alpine Cowboys are on the road in a 3-game set at the Roswell Invaders. Joe Ballman has the most home runs in a season in the history of minor league baseball. Here's the 2-1, low and away to Morrow. Now a 3-1 count.
I remember Jake Sisto yesterday. He asked me, he was like, who is Joe Bauman? It was like quizzing me, and I told him that, and he's like, oh, attaboy.
He knew. Again, Morrow steps in. Sebastian on the bump. Takes a breath for a moment with no pitch clock as he sets up. The kick and the pitch. Low and away, ball 4.
Which the guys, they love to quiz me.
Yeah.
All the time. Like even last night, Trevor Tripoli, I was in his room, and he said, 1990 World Series.
I know that one. It's
But
the Cincinnati Reds, Rowan.
because you overheard us, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know that, man.
Yeah. No, it's fun, man. You're awfully good at it. Hey, what about the 1988 World Series, Rowan?
Oh, yeah. Kurt Gibson and the Dodgers, baby.
Now stepping into the batter's box, Michael Fisk, 0 for 2 in the ball game, batting in the 5-hole for these Roswell Invaders. Open batting stance to start off. Again, nobody out, runner at first base, and the off-speed finds the zone for a strike. 0-1. Like you said, the location on the off-speed seems to be on point. Looks like it has a lot of run, too.
Yes, that's what really sticks out to me. I mean, it looks like it's going at the thigh almost, drops towards the middle.
Runners off and running. Pitch misses low, 1-1, and Sisto will eat the throw. Again, nobody out. Runner at second now in Shane Morrow, and a 1-1 count at the plate for Michael Fisk. It plays 329 to right, 342 to left, and 383 to straightaway center with that corrugated tin wall sitting about 14 feet tall. As this is grounded on the left side, Sean Becker ranging over off the tip of his glove. He will pick it up, but not in time to send a throw over to first base. And the Roswell Invaders have runners at the corners. That was Michael Fisk singling his way aboard. His first hit of the ball game after he had a good day yesterday. Another guy who had a great day yesterday, Mikey Alonso, with a big opportunity here. Wearing the same number as James Procish. I'll give you a moment to guess back home. Again, this is a number you should know. And if you listen to our podcast, you'd know it. We uploaded it just before the ball game. Listen to it later. It's Mikey Alonso, number 27, steps in the batter's box.
Yeah, Prakash gave a very funny reasoning to why he wears that number every year. He said his rookie year, it was really the best number they had in his size. It was either that or number 65.
Yeah. As this is smacked up the middle, Mikey Alonso ambushes the first pitch. Becker collects, steps on the second base bag, and sends it across to first base in time. A double K double play. But again, an RBI for Mikey Alonso as he grounds out into the double play. It's 4-0 Invaders here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 2 down, nobody on, and the Bulgarian, Ioannis Alexandro, walking out to put your head on my shoulder. He's got the white pants, but they're not white anymore, Rowan.
I mean, hey, he's just doing him, man.
Yeah.
Coming out to that song.
Here's the first pitch to Ioannis. He loops this one to shallow right field, and he gets on with a looper, a base hit. 2 for 3 in the ball game is Ioannis. Now Chad Bain. 8-9, 0 for 4 in today's game, striking out 3 times. It looks like Cal Zadia will still remain in the ball game for the Invaders through the 6th inning. Again, they don't have a lot of depth, so they'll ride an arm until they can't ride it anymore.
That was the case with Ira Clifton. He went deep into the 9th, and then he had 131 pitches. They had to pull the plug.
And honestly, it might be Mike Martinez again as this one misses just away 1-0. We could see it being Mike.
Yeah, because I believe they also have Ervis Solis. He's another option. Well, he's more of a starter, though.
As the 1-0 comes from Sebastian. Off speed, drops in for a strike at the knees. 1-1 the count to the Roswell Invader, Chad Bain. Again, a right-hander. Has had some awkward swings on the day. Here's the 1-1 pitch. No, Sebastian turns, sends a fire to first base, not in time. Mateo collecting. Again, Mateo Avalone playing in his first game this year for your Alpine Cowboys. He was with the Cowboys last year and 2 years ago. Here's the 1-1 pitch, the kicking pitch from Sebastian, fouled off on the right side by Bain. Now 1-2 the count.
And 2022 as well.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know he's a 3-year Cowboy.
Technically 4 years now.
Yeah, wow. Let's have him back next year.
Why not?
Again, Barrios, the 1-2. Fastball low and away in the dirt, blocked up by Jake Sisto. That's one thing Sisto has done well today. I haven't seen any balls make their way to the backstop. No scrambles for a loose ball. But along the same vein, I think Conal was rather in control.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Conal is a guy who, even though he walked 3 batters, it's still really solid command.
Here's the 2-2. A swing and a miss. Fisk is retired on strikes. 2 strikeouts on the day for Fisk. Sebastian gets his first in the ball game. Again, gets forced that double play that scored the 4th run of the game for the Invaders here in the bottom of the 5th. Again, 4-0 Cowboys lead. We'll be back in a moment. This is Alpine Cowboy Baseball, brought to you by KVLF, 98.7 FM, 1240 AM, or at BigBenRadio.com, or via YouTube.
Stephanie from Dr. Seuss. I got a note, he's got a car, he's got a boat, and if we have time, can we give him a quote?
Of course we can, Renee, and we can do it today. And if he likes a policy for his bikes or his home, does he live in a dome? We can cover his travels if he likes to roam.
Well, we'll cover it all. I'll give him a call.
If it's insurance you need, call Tally Reed, 837-3459. You'll be fine here in Alpine.
TG Fuels doesn't just deliver propane. They deliver peace of mind with service-like remote tank monitoring. When it's almost time for fill, your monitor notifies TG Fuels and they deliver. This means you and your family never have to worry about running out of propane. Along with an online portal, autopay, and competitive pricing, TG Fuels committed to being your provider of choice, and they're just a phone call away at 432-837-2518. TG Fuels, how can we serve you? Trans-Pecos Banks has empowered people, businesses, and communities since 1924. With a focus on removing barriers, encouraging innovation, and supporting entrepreneurial spirit, we're a partner in the aspirations of those we serve. We offer competitive deposit rates so your money works harder for you, and our experts specialize in SBA and USDA lending. Visit our updated website at transpecos.bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender. Trans-Pecos Banks, Texas banking at its best.
Top of the 6th inning, Cowboys trailing 4-0 after losing to this Roswell Invader team last night. The final score last night, the Roswell Invaders improved from 6-31 to 7-31 with a
7-3 win.
7-3 win. Thank you, Ron. Stepping into the batter's box here, James Prockish wearing 27 for your Alpine Cowboys. 0 for 2 on the day.
I still think this is going to be a really good game. I mean, it's only a 4-run game. But also, Ryan, are you ready to play some baseball after this game?
Yeah, that's all I'm thinking about. I'm just kidding, man. I'm locked in on this game. But again, Cowboys have solidified a playoff appearance. At this point, it's about testing guys out, seeing who you can have confidence in the postseason. As this catches the zone up high for a strike, you'll hear later on down the road as to why the race between us and the Bills isn't as important as it may seem right now. Here's the 0-1 pitch to James Prockish. Down low for a ball. Now 1-1.
Which also, for that matter, it's so important to win these games against Roswell, a team that just they haven't had a great season. Let's be frank, but just considering the amount of times you play a tough team like Pecos.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Slider misses low and away. Now 2-1 the count as Ioannis sends the throw back over the head of the starter on the day, Calzadilla. That's a new name for me, Rowan. Calzadilla.
Yes.
Calzadilla.
But to comfort, I guess, the fans, I should say, for the Cowboys to miss the playoffs, essentially they would have to lose out and Santa Fe would have to win out, and that's just not going to happen.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. A swing and a miss by James Prockish, now 2-2. Rolling on point streak here as the YouTube audience can see it. It says Kadzia.
And then the G, like it's a, what is it? I guess that G is really an H. Herson.
Yeah.
Not Jerson.
Here's the 2-2 pitch again to James Prockish. Caldezia, no, a timeout taken by James. Again, down 2-2 to the starter on the day, who has already had the hat passed around here in Joe Ballman Stadium.
It's not even a hat. They have a bucket.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Here's the 2-2 pitch to James. Slider misses well low, well away to fill up the count at 3-2. Again, this is the first batter of the top of the 6th. A big crowd here tonight. A lot of them anticipating this ball game. A lot of them anticipating the Globe baseball game after. As James Prockish swings at this one. It's a high fly ball headed for shallow center field. Second baseman backing up, has the grab in the out. Again, on the towering fly ball, he was able to head about halfway to that outfield wall one down. Prakash 0 for 3 on the day, and Brandon Andrews is 0 for 1, reaching on an error and striking out once. On deck, Kyle Rodriguez. Brandon Andrews. What is that double celebration again, Rowan?
Hey, the juggling.
The juggling.
I thought it was like 6'7", but it's not.
Yeah. I didn't know what it was. I thought I saw something on YouTube the other day about that being 6'7" too. I think you're right about that. I don't. Andrews didn't know that that's what it was, as he swings and misses 0-1. Or maybe he did, Ron.
That's why he told me maybe he was just playing it off. He was like, "Yeah, I don't know what that is. He doesn't know what 6'7" is."
Calzadilla, the 0-1 pitch sent down low and away, catching up that outside corner of the zone. The count 0-2, and Andrews will take a timeout, stepping out of the batter's box. He was down 0-2 before working his way back up to a 3-2 count earlier and striking out on that 3-2 pitch. Calzadilla now stepping back on. Again, no pitch clock here. We'll take our time as he mounts the front edge of the rubber. Step in delivery, a swing and a foul ball sent towards that third base side where the Alpine Cowboy visiting dugout is situated. Garrett Toddy over there stepping out, taking that ball, tossed across by Kyle Rodriguez. Toddy wearing 26 today, as the Invaders wear their blue uniforms, dark blue. I think I called it purple the other day. I think it's blue.
Yeah, I think it's very much a dark shade of blue.
As the 0-2 comes, Calzadilla delivers, looping off speed, smack through the left side of the infield. Brandon Andrews rounding around first, gives himself the stop sign as it made its way out to the left fielder. Again, a one-out single for Andrews and your Alpine Cowboys. They said a hot shot over the PA system, Rowan. They're right, man. Every time Andrews gets a hold of one, it comes off the bat quick.
It really does, yes. I want to know what the exit velos are. We don't really have that kind of information, but if we did, that would be really interesting.
Now stepping in, Kyle Rodriguez. Trying to find some momentum here on a tail end of a 9-day road trip. We're on day 7 of 9 right now. Tomorrow, day 8, travel day 9, unless we go back home tomorrow after the ball game. As the slider catches the zone on the outside for a strike. 0-1 to K-Rod out of Central Washington. Check-in throw to first base. Andrews is in just in time. Calzadilla almost got Andrews slip in there. And got to stay alert at the tail end of this road trip. That goes for me as well.
Oh, exactly. I mean, and this is, for the regular season at least, the last real road trip. We go to Pecos, but then again, we don't spend the night there ever.
Postseason, as the 0-1 comes, high and inside, 1-1. We wouldn't have a real road trip unless we played Tucson in the second round, and then maybe Garden City in the third. You'd have to imagine Garden City is going to be the team that makes it out of the Mountain North.
Yeah, I feel like it's nearly a lock at this point, kind of like how it was basically a lock for us last year, even though Tucson was a great competitive team.
1-1, a swing and a miss from K-Rod. Now 1-2 the count with one down.
I think we all knew, and I hate to be this guy, but I think even you didn't have to be psychic to predict that the Cowboys and Wind were going to play in the Mountain North title or the Mountain Division championship last year.
And how many Mountain Division championships have the North made? I know we don't know the answer to that, but I mean they've been good for a minute.
Oh yeah, and just falling short.
1-2, fastball misses well away to K-Rod. Now 2-2 the count. Again, one down. Brandon Andrews at first base. The Roswell Invader defensive side is as follows. Ioannis Alexandrov, the battery partner with the starter on the day. Calzadilla at first base. Ty Murray as the slider misses low and away. Now 3-2 the count. Cowboys laying off the slider where we were chasing a bit yesterday. A bit more patient today, but nothing to show for it on the scoreboard as we have that 0 up here in the top of the 6th. Mikey Alonso at second. Sloan Laird at shortstop. Chad Bain at third. Left fielder Shane Morrow. Bilal Whittle in center field as the 3-2 comes. Kyle Rodriguez, a swing and a high fly foul ball sent over on the the first base side. And out in right field, Michael Fisk Again, that makes up the defensive look for the Roswell Invaders today.
That kind of sums it up. Guys who would normally be on the Invaders this year are with the Bills. Guys who were with the Bills last year, that team, are with the Invaders.
Here's the 3-2 pitch, a swing and a foul ball sent to the backstop again. The count stays at 3-2. You're absolutely right, Ron.
We saw it early in the year with Estefano Zabalata. He's no longer with the Invaders, but that's another guy who's with the Bills last year, even the beginning of this year, that went to Roswell.
And only one returner on that Bills roster who had a complete turnaround this year. Again, going 0-17 against the Cowboys last year. What's the record right now? Is it 7-2?
Yeah, 7-3.
7-3. Here's that 3-2 pitch again to Kyle Rodriguez, and he battles it off. Man, a long AB here for K-Rod in black.
I know the popular page is Indie Ball Dugouts. They were talking about the Cowboys-Bills rivalry.
Really?
Well, I told them to.
Okay.
I basically said, hey, Cowboys and Bills is a great rivalry. And they're like, yeah, the Bills are 7-3 against the reigning champs.
Were they on a podcast live?
Or no, Twitter.
Here's the 3-2 pitch to Kyle Rodriguez. And we're about 10 pitches into this AB as he swings and misses. That's the fastball low and away. Kyle retired on strikes. Now Jake Sisto. Jake Sisto, the Italian stallion, that nickname bestowed upon him by the great broadcaster before us, Ethan Ibe, now located with the the Rocky Mountain Vibes.
And the Colorado Springs Sky Sox, which they are new to the Pioneer League.
Jake Sisto stepping in.
They share a ballpark with Rocky Mountain Vibes.
Here's the first pitch to Sisto. He lays off the curveball that finds the bottom half of the zone on the outside, 0-1.
Which is crazy because the Sky Sox returned. They were a team previous. They returned after the Northern Colorado Owls were defunct mid-season.
And they became a ball club mid-season? Did they inherit the Owls' record?
I don't know about the record, but I know they inherited, I think, a lot of the players.
Here's the 0-1 to Sisto. Fouls it to the back netting. Again, 0-2 the count, 2 down. Brandon Andrews standing at first base.
I know there were a couple of Cowboys who got called up to Northern Colorado in the past. Manny Garcia is one of them.
Okay. I've heard that name.
Yeah, he was a middle infielder for Alpine, a legendary player.
Still the count 0-2. Wait, he's not the Chucky guy, is he?
No, that's a pitcher.
Check in at first base.
His name was Aldo. No, Manny Garcia was legendary, more so on the field.
Again, 0-2 count. Caldezia on the mound, the right-hander, has held Andrews at bay. Now Andrews off and running. Fastball low and away. Andrews sliding in the second base bag as the throw from Ioannis is off the mark on the right side. Andrews gets in without contest. You know, Ioannis has sent a couple of throws back to the pitcher above his head, and noticeably the checkdowns at the end of a warm-up at the beginning of an inning, he sent 2 of them out to center field.
Man.
1-2 the count now for Sisto.
He's basically, with Bryce Cagle out of the equation, he's almost their only catching option right now.
Yeah. Do we know what happened to Bryce Cagle? Again, he's still.
I think he just left.
Yeah.
He was balling out. He just left.
Timeout at the plate. Count still 1-2 for Sisto. Yeah, if you look on YouTube, 448 average for Bryce Cagle. Second best on the team. Another player who's left the program, a 382 average for Matthew Perez.
Michael Perez.
And Sloan Laird, a 343 average, the best remaining player. The 1-2 fouled straight down and pops up into the chest of Jake Sisto. Count stays at 1-2 for Jake. We interviewed him on the podcast earlier this year. In our starting lineup, how many guys have we had on the pod? We know we had we just uploaded the one with James Procish. Last year we had the one with Mateo Avalone. This year, Jake Sisto. I guess that's 3 out of 9. As the 1-2 comes, fastball smacked up the middle towards the shortstop. He keeps it in front of him. He will pick up, send a throw in time, just in time. Wow. Sisto did all he could to leg that one out, but the shortstop keeps the ball ahead of him, gets on it. I thought he should have just eaten the throw when he first picked it up to throw it, Rowan, but
I guess not. I mean, hey, really good recovery by Roswell. I have to give him credit, man. That was a great recovery, knowing that the play is not over until it's over.
Yeah, and knowing in the back of your mind that it's a catch or two running down that first base line. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th inning, 4-0. The Invaders lead here in Roswell, New Mexico.
Reliability, experience, quality, and value. For over a decade, Big Bend Concrete has been producing quality concrete along with premium customer service. No matter the size of your project, whether it's residential or commercial, the team at Big Bend Concrete can handle everything from the setup, the pour, as well as the finish. So call the Big Bend area's leading concrete provider, 837-7179. Big Bend Concrete, solid. Get it done. That's what McCoy's is all about. For that home or commercial project, McCoy's has a friendly and knowledgeable staff always ready to help. And with McCoy's, they'll make your job easier with do-it-yourself tips and tools. Order online, and they'll have it ready for you, even loaded up. And free delivery with $50 or over purchase under 1,000 pounds within a 25-mile radius, Monday through Saturday. McCoy's offers online bill paying and invoice management with flexible credit options. At McCoy's, their purpose is to make life easier and more fulfilling for those who build.
Alpine Community Credit Union wants to thank Alpine and its residents for making Alpine such a terrific place to live by supporting its customers with the best professional and friendliest service in town. Federally insured, they can help you with loans, businesses, savings, or any banking need that you might have. Experience our beautiful clean lobby and that down-home professional small-town courtesy that you can only expect from, well, a small town. Alpine Community Credit Union.
We're back here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Again, Sebastian Barrios out here after a 3-inning relief appearance is back out here for his second. This will make his second longest appearance all year, Rowan, if he goes through the 2nd inning. Is that right?
Yes, that would be right. Which it's great that Sebastian's become a long relief option. I really love that. And how about this? Connor Wilt is now in for the Roswell Invaders. This is interesting.
Rowan, can you tell me why that's interesting? Oh, a new pitcher, that's what that means.
Yes, that's exactly what it would be, yeah.
So they have enough bullpen arms, even though we are expecting Toddy to go 3 more innings. Again, somebody will take on the reins for 7, 8, and 9 with a 4-0 lead for the Roswell Invaders, who are out hitting the Cowboys 7-4 right now. 1 error scored against either ball club as the batter steps in for the Roswell Invaders. Ron, you got to remind me the name here.
Connor Wilt. Where have I heard that name, though?
I feel like I've heard it, too.
Yes, he wasn't here, though. Or maybe it was.
It might have been, you're thinking another Pecos League team.
Yes.
I think you're right.
That's what I thought was interesting.
He's a big left-hander. Looks like he could play first base as he takes the off-speed for a strike, 0-1.
No, he's been with Roswell all year.
Okay.
That's because he's a pitcher. That's why.
Oh. Wow, Roswell's at that point. We've been at that point, too. No judgment here. Here's the 0-1 pitch. In the dust sky back behind as Sebastian kicks in, delivers a swing and a miss. 0-2 the count to Wilt. Sisto, again, the battery partner with Sebastian, looking around the Cowboy defensive look. Mateo Avalone at first. Kyle Rodriguez at second. Sean Beggar at shortstop for the 2nd time this season. James Prockish at third. Left field, Hunter Damon for the first time as there's a swing and a miss. In the dirt, Sisto will run to the backstop, pick up the ball, and lob it to first base in time. 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Center fielder is Brandon Andrews, and in right, Carson Kirby. I had to double check that one, Rowan. You get a guy shows up and you can close your eyes and tell me their names, Rowan. I have to check a few times.
It was actually really funny. Jacob Bradley, I ran to him in the bathroom. Couldn't see him, but I could tell it was him by his voice.
I could pick up some of their voices.
Yes, especially Bradley, a veteran.
Yeah.
We should try that. I want to, like, turn my back to the players and, like, they just talk. And I want to guess who it is.
That TikTok trend?
Yeah.
Now Bilal Whittle. He's got on base in all 3 at-bats. 2 walks and an error in our book. As the 1 spot in center fielder with some speed steps in the batter's box, takes the fastball low and away for a ball, 1-0. He's got that Zim pouch in the back pocket.
He does, yeah.
Is that off limits for the broadcasters, Ron?
We're on YouTube. I'm also KVLF. At this point, I don't care.
You think at Ball State they would reprimand you for it?
Oh, yeah, they would.
Here's the 1-0. What does reprimand look like as the fastball misses low and away 2-0?
It would just be my professor, Chris Taylor, being like, hey, just don't say that, kid. I mean, one of my broadcast partners, I'm not going to say who, had Zins in the booth. This is on ESPN.
Yeah, man, that's not acceptable. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Off speed, catches the zone down low, 2-1. Hey, man, they aren't healthy.
Exactly.
Do not recommend. 2-1 count, one down. Healthier than smoking a cigarette.
I mean, that's just about anything.
Here's the 2-1 pitch from Sebastian, off speed. Well, that looks like the fastball, high and away. 3-1. Again, the count with one down here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
You know what's worse than smoking a cigarette?
What?
Vaping.
No way.
Yes, it is way worse.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Here's the 3-1 pitch. Fastball down in the dirt, ball 4. Whittle has walked 3 times in today's game. And again, he's not a guy you want to walk. He's scored twice. 2 out of the 4 runs have been Bilal Whittle coming around to score. Now Sloan Laird. Sloan Laird is 3 for 3. Their 1 and 2 spots have done the damage. Their 3-spot Ty Murray 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts.
You just can't contain this guy, it appears. I'm looking in the Cowboy bullpen. I see a new arm warming up. I thought it was Jesse Garcia, but that's a right-hander. That looks to me like Ronan Tachibana wearing a different jersey because he left his number 1 back at the field.
Okay. Ronan Tachibana may be coming in for your Alpine Cowboys.
Which would be the opposite of the 4th of July where Barrios came in for Tachibana. It would be vice versa this time.
Yeah, man, that's interesting. Again, Jesus Rosario talking to the infield. And the pitcher, Rowan, we got some new folks with the team. So you want to give the history of Jesus Rosario?
Jesus Rosario. So this is a guy who has played at just 25 years old. He's played at essentially every level of professional baseball. Affiliate ball with the Miami Marlins coming out of the Dominican Republic. After that, though, he's also had time in basically every independent league. The Pioneer League, the Frontier, most recently with the New Jersey Jekylls of the Frontier League. Also pitched for the Roswell Invaders in 2023 for a week before he got called up to the American Association with the Gary River Cats out in Gary, Indiana. Also played for the Empire State Grays at one point. Again, he's played in basically every Frontier or every independent league team. Or not team, league.
He's a young guy, but again, a lot of experience, and he's come in to manage this pitching staff as he gives the ball back to, or never touches the ball, as Sebastian Barrios delivers an off-speed on the outside for a strike. Looked like the changeup to lead off the at-bat against Sloan Laird, who again is 3 for 3, 3 RBIs in the 2 doubles to start the ball game. Left-hander Laird, 0-1 pitch, fouls it down the first base line, 0-2. Is there a little bit of torpedo on that bat, Rowan? It looked like it. I could be wrong.
A little bit. I don't think it's like full blown. I think it's semi-torpedo.
Yeah, I think so too.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, man. That torpedo bat conversation, I mean, mark your bingo card if you've listened to any broadcast at any level this year. Here's the 0-2. Runners off and running from first. Swing and a miss from Laird. Sisto a throw to second base. Just off the mark on the right side. Backing up that throw is Kyle Rodriguez, your second baseman on the day. But again, Sloan Laird retired on the swing and miss. But Bilal Whittle with the stolen base now in scoring position with 2 down. As Roswell has gotten it done. 1 run in the bottom of the first, 2 in the bottom of the second, 1 most recently in the bottom of the 5th. They're going to try and add another here in the bottom of the 6th, but 0 for 3 on the day with 3 strikeouts, in danger of receiving that golden sombrero is Ty Murray.
Alpine is yet to be shut out this season. It would be quite the embarrassment if it happened tonight.
Wow, that's a nice stat. Here's the first pitch. Off speed, misses down low, 1-0.
I mean, they've shut out great teams. They've shut out Pecos before, nearly shut out Tucson. But if again, falling 4-0 to Roswell right now in the bottom of the 6th is not a good look.
Sebastian Eyes down that runner. Whittle with a huge lead off the second base bag. Kyle trailing from the second base position returns to his spot as the pitch is delivered, and a swing and a high fly foul ball sent out of play over on the third base side. Now 1-1 the count for Ty Murray. Ty Murray is a guy who we've seen in the leadoff position often this year.
Oh, yeah, Ty Murray has been the leadoff guy, but they know they can get more speed in that leadoff spot with Bilal Whittle, which, we only got 2 weeks left in the season. I'll make a prediction.
1-1, off speed away, now 2-1.
He will easily have 10 stolen bags in the next 2 weeks.
Wow.
Bilal Whittle, that's my prediction.
Here's the 2-1 pitch again to Ty Murray with black skies above us. Sebastian Barrios, the right-hander, to the right-hander. The delivery lifted high on the left side, headed for left field, out past the diving glove of Hunter Damon. Back towards the track. Ty Murray rounds around second. He's headed for third base. The throw from left field goes to the cutoff man, and Murray gets to third well in time. That's an RBI triple for the Invaders, who lead 5-0. Shane Morrow now. Looked like the curveball again, gotten a hold of by Murray. And Shane will step in. Rowan, I saw you toss your pen. That's kind of how it feels right now.
Uh-huh.
I'll toss it too.
That was right at the camera, basically.
Yeah. Hopefully you're wearing your 3D glasses back home. Here's the 2-1 pitch from, no, this is the first pitch to Shane Morrow. He takes a strike on the outside, 0-1. Again, that's the first earned run given up by Sebastian. Well, he gave up 1 in his last outing, but went 3 without an earned run prior to that against Pecos, Tucson, and Tucson, respectively. 0-1 pitch. Looping off speed, finds the zone for a strike. That's a pretty slurve. Count 0-2 quickly to Shane Morrow. Rowan, that run in the bottom of the 5th, that wasn't earned by Sebastian, was it? Was it tacked onto, I think it might have been Conal's.
No, because Conal finished the 4th inning.
Okay. High fly ball on the left side on the 0-2 pitch, heading for the wall, the track. It tucks into the ballpark. Off of the top of the fence, Shane Morrow rounds around first. He's into second base easily, and coming in to score is Ty Murray. Again, that's an RBI double for the Invaders, who tacked on 2 here in the bottom of the 6th, now leading 6-0. This team was 6-31 coming into this series, 7-31 after beating us yesterday, and on track right now to improve to 8-31.
Yeah, up 6-0. The Cowboys will be down to their final 9 outs in the top of the 7th. And the big fear, too, is also getting shut out, which, again, the Cowboys' offense the last couple of games, they've struggled. Even in the Garden City series, it was the pitching that got it done for the most part. But when the Cowboys had the hitting in the Garden City series, it was timely. It just hasn't been there tonight.
As Michael Fisk steps in. Roswell out hitting the Cowboys 9-4 right now. Sebastian Barrios on the bump. 2 earned runs. It might be 3 now. As this finds the strike on the outside, 0-1. Should be 3, right? Again, this is the right-hander Michael Fisk. Fisk is 1 for 3. The right fielder grounds a ball, chopping towards Sean Becker. He collects and fires across the diamond in time to end the bottom of the 6th inning. Roswell tacks on some more. This one's not over yet, though. We know the bullpen has some holes in it, and opportunity could still be afoot for your Alpine Cowboys, but right now it's looking bleak. Trailing 6-0. We're headed to the 7th, and we'll be back in a moment.
Skinner's Drilling and Well Service in Alpine is your authorized dealer for Polymark water storage tanks. Skinner's Drilling and Well Service sells and installs rainwater harvesting tanks, vertical and horizontal leg tanks, and more. Any size from 100 gallons to 5,000 gallons or more, Skinner's either has it or they can get it in short order. Phone 837-2497, Skinner's Drilling and Well Service, LLC, Texas license number 2838A1.
Mountain Zone TV is your local internet provider, providing you the lowest prices in the area. At $51 per month, you'll get 50 megabytes download and 5 megabytes upload, brought to you by this local service provider. But the best news is there's no contract. Yes, you won't have to sign your life away to Mountain Zone TV. They're doing business right at Mountain Zone. Call them up at 432-837-2300. Call Mountain Zone today.
Reliability, experience, quality, and value. For over a decade, Big Bend Concrete has been producing quality concrete along with premium customer service. No matter the size of your project, whether it's residential or commercial, the team at Big Bend Concrete can handle everything from the setup, the pour, as well as the finish. So call the Big Bend area's leading concrete provider, 837-7179. Big Bend Concrete, solid.
Mike Martinez on the bump for the Roswell Invaders. Again, the former Pecos Bills started the season with the Pecos Bills, was cut by the Bills, but has had a good year for Roswell. We'll pull up the stats here as you see on YouTube and talk about him here for Big Bend radio audience. Michael Martinez, the right-hander, has pitched 20 innings for the Roswell Invaders, a 5.85 ERA. That's top 6 on the staff as the right-hander. Maybe 5'8", 5'9", a hefty right-hander though. Steps in the batter's box. Will face off against Mateo Avalone. Mateo is 0 for 2 in the ballgame, batting in the 8th spot. Roan, they go back to Mike the second day in a row as this misses up high, 1-0. You think he's a setup?
I don't. That could be the case, but also I don't think they have many other options. If
Yeah.
I'm being completely honest, what a great day for Herson Caldazilia to go 6 scoreless against a really good Cowboy lineup.
As he delivers, misses just inside, 2-0. You're right, Ron. Great day for a couple of Roswell starters. I was asking the booth crew up here. I mean, that wasn't on my bingo card. Was it on y'all's? They've had a struggling season, but a great outing here this week, as this is found for a strike 2-1, or these last 2 days. Cowboys are coming off of a 2 games to 1 series victory against the Garden City Wind, who had just 4 losses on the season before that series. Mike Martinez shakes off a pair of pitches. Here's the 2-1 to Mateo. Misses inside. 3-1. Mateo's batting stance. He gets down into it, Rowan. He really crouches down. He gets low. Leans over the plate. Here's the 3-1 pitch. A swing and a miss, Mateo. Now the count 3-2.
It hasn't changed from last year. I remember it vividly because I remember those heroics in the postseason.
He's like a spring ready to explode. A lot of weight on that back foot. As he sits back and down low. 3-2 pitch. Golf high into the air. Getting a high fly ball headed to shallow left field for Roswell Invaders in. And wow, the communication there. That's the second baseman making the play out in shallow left, calling everybody off. The shortstop gives him a, and Sloan Laird gives him a what was going on there as he called everybody off. But on his skates out in left, makes the grab in the out. There's 1 down here in the top of the 7th.
Good job by Mateo Avalone also to create the contact, too. This is the first time that he was putting a ball in play, and it was nearly a blooper, which he had a few hits in the postseason last year that were bloopers. They were able to get down and were big hits for the Cowboys. So more of the same, I guess, as Aaron Izquierdo comes in the pitcher's spot.
So we will have a change. It does look like it may be Ronan Tachibana as Aaron steps in. Aaron played first base yesterday as this off-speed finds his own for a strike. Man, Mike has had our number, though. I mean, we say he got cut by the Bills. We were surprised when he got cut by the Bills because he had performed so well against the Cowboys on the year.
As the kids would say, that may be a rare Luke Postelvik L.
Yeah, here's the 0-1, 1-1. The kids would say.
I'm going to check on this this game with Tucson and Pecos as if it's even started yet.
Yeah, they should be maybe an hour into it. Who knows if their point streak is up and running.
And of course, it does this. I'm tired of it.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. Strike found on the outside. Now 2-2. The count to Ernie Izquierdo. One of those Ryan Stevens products, much like Mateo Avalone, who batted just a moment ago. Again, Ryan Stevens, the manager for the Cowboys back in the early days when we were in the Continental League.
Yes, Continental League, and in the early Pecos League days up until about 2015.
Now in the New York area, and a great scout, bringing us quality players as this misses low and inside. 2-2, the count to Izquierdo.
That's when I believe Bill Kennedy took over in 2015.
Hey, if you look at our lineup, Sisto, 7, 8, and 9 are all Ryan Stevens products. Ron, I'm going to be honest with you, I've never even heard the name Bill Kennedy. Sorry. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Aaron grounds it on the right side. High hop, and the second baseman collects, sends to first in time. Took that high hop on that last bounce, but he climbed a ladder at the edge of the infield, patient on the chopper headed his way. Again, flipped it to first in time. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 7th inning. Sean Becker now. Sean is 0 for 2, has the sac bunt in today's game. Again, the shortstop batting first in the order. The righty, Sean Becker, steps in again against the righty, Mike Martinez. You know, maybe Mike has been so successful against the Cowboys as the fastball catches the outside 0-1 because he has a certain grudge against the Alpine Cowboys.
That could be the case, and I think that's mainly sparked by us, but oh well.
You don't have to take the blame there. Here's the 0-1 pitch.
Maybe I'm taking credit. Who knows?
Off-speed misses just inside. Now 1-1 the count to Sean. Sean, a Hoosier out of the great state of Indiana.
My favorite state.
From
other than
Evansville.
Texas.
Is Indiana really your favorite state? I wouldn't say Georgia is my favorite state.
I would say Texas is mine.
Really? Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball catches the outside of the zone. 1-2 the count to Becker. Ron, you don't have to say that. You're not at gunpoint here.
I'm going to. I will say Texas is my favorite state. My favorite state I've lived in. It's great.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Have you ever lived outside of Indiana?
Nope, just here.
Wow. Here's the 1-2 pitch as Mike Martinez shakes off a pitch. Squares up with the third base bag, delivers, and Becker sends a looper out to center field. Bilal Whittle will get under it for the grab and the out. 3 up, 3 down in the top of the 7th inning. Cowboys down to their last 6 outs, trailing 6-0. We'll be back in a moment with Ronan Tachibana most likely coming out on the mound. Again, you're listening to Cowboy Baseball and Big Ben Radio or on YouTube.
Reliability, experience, quality, and value. For over a decade, Big Ben Concrete has been producing quality concrete along with premium customer service. No matter the size of your project, whether it's residential or commercial, the team at Big Ben Concrete can handle everything from the setup, the pour, as well as the finish. So call the Big Ben area's leading concrete provider, 837-7179. Big Ben Concrete, solid. Get it done. That's what McCoy's is all about. For that home or commercial project, McCoy's has a friendly and knowledgeable staff always ready to help. And with McCoy's, they'll make your job easier with do-it-yourself tips and tools. Order online, and they'll have it ready for you. Even load it up. And free delivery with $50 or over purchase under 1,000 pounds within a 25-mile radius, Monday through Saturday. McCoy's offers online bill paying and invoice management with flexible credit options. At McCoy's, their purpose is to make life easier and more fulfilling for those who build.
Alpine Community Credit Union wants to thank Alpine and its residents for making Alpine such a terrific place to live by supporting its customers with the best professional and friendliest service in town. Federally insured, they can help you with loans, businesses, savings, or any banking need that you might have. Experience our beautiful clean lobby and that down-home professional small-town courtesy that you can only expect from, well, a small town. Alpine Community Credit Union.
Ronan Tachibana out here for your Alpine Cowboys. Wearing a different jersey number on the road. We had a few jersey mishaps in this series, notably Aaron Izquierdo batted just a moment ago. with a different jersey number than we're used to. But Ronan Tachibana out of the great state of Maine, a 6.48 ERA on the year. Thrown 8 innings, 9 strikeouts in those 8 innings, 8 walks, 14 hits. So just over 2 on that whip, but a very small sample size for Ronan, who's trying to get into stride here in Alpine.
Ronan has really earned my trust, I would say, the last few outings. Getting the strikeout to save against Fuego and his last start against Pecos. We highlight it right there on YouTube. No earned runs through 2 2/3. He had my trust in the beginning, but he's really gained it in the last couple of games.
And he's only given up earned runs in two of his 6 outings.
Exactly. Again, Ronan Tachibana, I was with him last night. We got some Applebee's. He got some boneless chicken, and he was thinking, man, I haven't thrown in a while.
Yeah.
Well, you got your wish, Ronan.
Ronan delivers a heavy fastball for a strike down low, 0-1. Again, it looks hot out of his hand.
It really does. Yeah, I've seen him touch 92 or 93 on that.
Wow.
And he's sitting around 90, 91. It makes sense.
The right-hander who joined us out of the Billings Mustangs program, along with Dietrich Gertzken in the middle of the season, as Ronan calls for Jake Sisto to come up and talk with him. It looked like Ronan was leaning in, looking for the signs as he called for the meeting with Sisto, and then called up. So I think it might be a sign deal as he communicates with the catcher back towards home plate.
He's wearing number 19 today, which I'm trying to think, is there even a Cowboy that wears 19 right now?
I can't remember one.
I know the last one last season was Johnny Medina.
Okay. I was going to guess it was the pitcher who joined us late in the year that we were talking about earlier. What number was? I can't remember his name right now.
Is he still on the team?
He was the one who started against the Pacifics, the San Rafael Pacifics.
Oh, Casey Cheek.
What number was he?
42.
42, close enough.
Yes.
Stepping back in, Michael Fisk, 1 for 3 in the game. This is Mikey Alonso. I get lazy with the scorebook late at night. Here's the 0-1 to Alonso. He fouls it straight back. 0-2. Again, nobody out. 0-2 count. The first batter, Ronan Tachibana, is faced today. Rowan, I'm not a big Instagram guy, but I did see Ronan's Instagram profile picture. It's from an anime.
Yeah, he's a big anime guy.
It's from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, as this is chopped foul down the third base line. I'm watching that right now, actually. I was watching that before I saw that picture on his profile.
I remember a couple weeks ago, we were at the Las Cruces Mall. It was me, him, and Parker Wakeman. We were looking at like some of that anime stuff, and he was having a field day, man.
Yeah.
I was like, how do you know all this stuff?
Yeah. Here's the 0-2 pitch again from Ronan Tachibana. The right-hander sets up, sends a sinker down low, ramps up off the mound. Sliding stop by Kyle Rodriguez, but just trickles past his glove out to shallow right field, and Mikey Alonso legs out that infield single. Kyle Rodriguez does a double take with his glove there, too. Again, it looked like it was in his glove, and it just bled right on past him as he was able to pick up after sliding into the dirt. Ioannis Alexandrov now from Sofia, Bulgaria. He's 2 for 3 in the game. Nice day for Ioannis. Last time we were in Roswell, there were some fireworks between the Cowboys and the Invaders. Ioannis right in the thick of it as he takes a big hack, a swing and a miss, 0-1.
I think he was just doing him in that situation, which it happens.
That's exactly what he said.
Yes.
I'm just doing me.
Really?
Here's the 0-1, trying to do his thing. Again, get into his flow state, his rhythm, as Ronan steps off. Again, up ahead 0-1. He was ahead 0-2 to Mikey Alonso before the ground ball made its way out past the second base side. Again, this is the 7 spot Ioannis, 8 spot on deck Chad Bain, and then who knows what'll happen in the 9 spot for Roswell here. As there's a swing and a miss. Ball pops off of Sisto. No, it's a foul ball. Ioannis got a piece of it. And ahead, again, Ronan ahead, 0-2. They're not, Mikey's not sure whether to head back to first base or not, or whether it was a foul ball. They confirm. So Ronan has walked about a batter per inning on the year. But again, hasn't thrown a ball yet today in the outing. The right-hander takes a peek over at first base, where he eyes down Mikey Alonso. Here's that 0-2 pitch to Ioannis. The delivery and another foul ball. Ioannis over the top of it, sending it off the plate. Count stays at 0-2. I mentioned earlier those black sky. Now it is pitch black.
Oh, yeah. Like, again, if you go back beyond those lights, couldn't see a thing. But we got cosmic baseball tonight, so.
They set up LED lights all over the field here at Joe Ballman Stadium. The league commissioner did so as this is fouled over towards Jesus Rosario. You know, Ron, I'm hoping that we get the opportunity to play. When I was talking to the firefighters yesterday, they said we already have 14 guys.
We can just play for the cops.
Yeah.
We'll play for the cops. I want to play for them anyway. I'd rather play for the cops.
Here's the 0-2. You've been adamant about that. Yeah. Runners off and running, and Mikey, the pitch misses away, throw to second base. Becker collects and applies the tag just in front of the second base bag. Again, Jake Sisto hoses the runner, Mikey Alonso. Umpires communicating with each other right now. They will confirm the out, the home plate umpire. No, I think they confirmed the out for Ioannis.
Yeah, so that's 2 outs. That's a strikeout for Ronan Tachibana. Jake Sisto gunning down Mikey Alonso at second. And now with 2 gone, you go to Chad Bain.
And again, the strikeout for Tachibana. He's yet to throw a ball.
Yeah.
Chad Bain is 0 for 3 today with 2 strikeouts in his 2 most recent at-bats. The right-hander against the right-hander, Ronan Tachibana. First pitch delivered low and away for a ball. 1-0. That Billings Mustang program is the same program that played against Josh Rago when he went 1 for 3 for the Glacier Range Riders the other night. 1-0. Chopped up the middle over the head of Ronan. High chopper past the shortstop, Sean Becker. Kyle Rodriguez will bat it with his glove to keep it on the infield. And again, a chopper sent through the infield for a base hit for Chad Bain. It's the 9 spot steps in. And it's Mike Martinez, the pitcher.
Coming out to rock you like a hurricane.
Yeah.
I think this honestly might be one of the best baseball walkouts you can imagine.
As he steps in. You know, Roswell not really in need of pinch hitting for a pitcher here. Rather go with the arm with a 6-0 lead. Here's the delivery inside, 1-0.
Well, I don't think we're going to see Garrett Tye pitch today, but.
Yeah, that would be an interesting dynamic if Toddy went and said, hey, I'm trying to take it over in the 9th with a 6-0 lead. Again, we're in the bottom of the 7th. Cowboys with 6 outs to work with. Ronan trying to keep it as a 6-0 ball game after coming in with a fresh start this inning. There's 2 down, a runner at first base. A 2-0 count as that misses high, and Sisto will take a timeout and come to talk to Ronan again. Brief conversation between the two. Again, a 2 umpire crew, both out of the New Mexico area. Umpire at second base out of Roswell, New Mexico. Home plate umpire out of Portales. Right down the road, an hour and 30 minutes away. Didn't stay the night over here, I think. I think he went back home.
Wow.
Much like we do when we play Pecos. Off speed, misses inside. It's a 3-0 count to the pitcher, Mike Alonso. No, Mike Martinez. Nice stat there from the other broadcast crews. This misses high and away, ball 4.
What'd they say?
They said the Invaders have scored in every single inning but the 3rd and 4th.
Yeah.
Ronan trying to keep it, or trying to make it the 7th as well. We'll face off against the 1 spot, Bilal Whittle, who's reached base in every single plate appearance today. 3 walks and reaching via an error. Again, the 1 spot wearing number 1, playing center field, the speedy right-hander. Ronan, the delivery, off speed, finds the zone at the knees for a strike. 0-1. Ronan, it kind of smells like Garden City right now.
Yeah, it does.
It feels like we got a big whiff of manure from the wind that's blowing in as the off-speed finds the zone for a strike 0-2.
I don't want to play tonight anymore. I'm kidding.
Again, an 0-2 count again for Ronan. Trying to get out of the bottom of the 7th unscathed with runners at first and second. This is golfed down the first base line. Mateo looks like a hockey goalie as he blocks it up, steps on the first base bag, and we're headed to the 8th. The Roswell Invaders failed to score for the 3rd time in an inning today. Again, it's 6-0 Roswell, and Cowboys need to start a rally right about now. We'll be back in a moment.
Reliability, experience, quality, and value. For over a decade, Big Bend Concrete has been producing quality concrete along with premium customer service. No matter the size of your project, whether it's residential or commercial, the team at Big Bend Concrete can handle everything from the setup, the pour, as well as the finish. So call the Big Bend area's leading concrete provider, 837-7179. Big Bend Concrete, solid. Get it done. That's what McCoy's is all about. For that home or commercial project, McCoy's has a friendly and knowledgeable staff always ready to help. And with McCoy's, they'll make your job easier with do-it-yourself tips and tools. Order online, and they'll have it ready for you. Even load it up. And free delivery with $50 or over purchase under 1,000 pounds within a 25-mile radius, Monday through Saturday. McCoy's offers online bill paying and invoice management with flexible credit options. At McCoy's, their purpose is to make life easier and more fulfilling for those who build.
Alpine Community Credit Union wants to thank Alpine and its residents for making Alpine such a terrific place to live by supporting its customers with the best professional and friendliest service in town. Federally insured, they can help you with loans, businesses, savings, or any banking need that you might have. Experience our beautiful clean lobby and that down-home professional small-town courtesy that you can only expect from, well, a small town. Alpine Community Credit Union.
Top of the 8th. Again, Cowboys down to their last 6 outs. Mike Martinez back out for the Roswell Invaders. He retired all 3 batters he faced last time around. Now it's Carson Kirby, a new Alpine Cowboy, stepping in the batter's box. And we've got 2 left-handers in the lineup now. Nope, just 1. I was thinking Mateo, since he plays first base, is a lefty, but no.
I had the double take if Mateo was a lefty or not, just off of memory. And then I rewatched the Tucson walk-off. I'm like, yep, he's a righty.
As Carson steps in, 2 for 3 on the day. Got a nice average. Let's look here. His average from the last game, the stats as you see him on YouTube don't update during the middle of the game. As this misses down low 1-0. Well, I guess he was 200 in yesterday's game, but 666 batting average thus far in today's, and he's headed north with that batting average. Uh-oh, we've just lost signal over at Big Bend Radio. Let's fix that up. Now a ball. This is 2-0. Ron, you want to take over for a moment?
Yeah, I was just about to imply that. Here we go. Carson Kirby in the box, the leadoff man. Next pitch misses upstairs. It's a 3-0 count now to Carson Kirby, the leadoff man in the top of the 8th inning. On deck for the Cowboys, it's Hunter Damon. Big spot here. Martinez gets the signs from Alexandrov. 3-0 kick and pitch. Up high, it's a strike, however. Kirby was ready to take off for first, but instead he stays put. Kirby so far today, 2 for 3. It's been a very solid day at the plate for the rookie. Here's the 3-1 kick and pitch from Mike Martinez, the righty, to the lefty Carson Kirby. He still gets his signs, now delivers. There's a strike on the top half. A full count to Carson Kirby. Back-to-back pitches where he thought he had a free pass to first. As Martinez, in a big payoff position here, was down 3-0. He's got back to 3-2. It was an ultra hitter's count at one point on Kirby. Payoff. Outside, unable to freeze him up. Kirby a free pass to first. The Roswell defense was not pleased at all. Hunter Damon, he almost got hit by the shin guard of Kirby in the process as he steps into the box.
Yeah, man. I mean, 3 really close pitches after getting ahead 3-0 and finally gets the call in the third one. And I thought that one looked more like a strike than the other two. Now stepping in the batter's box, Hunter Damon. He's 0 for 2 with a walk, the right-hander. But again, a leadoff base runner here in the top of the eighth. That's the fastball misses high and away, 1-0. Cowboys need a rally, need it bad. We talk about teams with a winning mindset. Roswell, not one of those teams right now, but sometimes a team can find some magic when they're down in the gutter.
Yeah, because, I mean, there have been some anonymous players that have told me, I want to go home on the Roswell side.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Off speed, finds his own for a strike now, 1-1.
One of them said, I want to go home and see my dog. And then,
I can't blame him, man.
Yeah.
Especially when you're here with the losing program, living that Pecos League lifestyle, losing money as you pay for your own gas on these road trips. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Smacked up the middle. Hunter Damon pops it off the glove of Mike Martinez. Foot race for first base, and he gets there well in time as Mike gets to the ball. Again, Hunter Damon smacking it right up Broadway, and the Cowboys have runners at first and second base. Carson Kirby at second, walked his way aboard. Now Hunter Damon with the single. James Prakash is 0 for 3 in the game, but that's a guy who's due, stepping in the batter's box against the righty.
You hope he is. He's 0 for 3 on the day. I mean, we have to get stats on the day a podcast is released with a player, how they do on those days. Maybe you'll determine when we release those podcasts.
Yeah. This slider misses high and away. 1-0 the count to Jay Prock.
We haven't decided our next guest, but all we know is that it's going to come very soon.
Yeah, we're trying to churn them out here as we missed a few opportunities with guys getting called up. Here's the 1-0 pitch, high and away, 2-0. We were supposed to interview Josh Rago the day he got called up.
Yeah, and I also will say, though, there are a few more Cowboy Up episodes coming your way from non-Cowboys and also not us. So if that's not your forte, then I guess it's not for you.
Again, the 2-0 count to James Prakash. Yeah, and Prakash fouls this one back 2-1. Those are with former Cowboys. A bunch of former Cowboys in all facets.
I mean, should we tell them?
Yeah, I think we should.
Okay, Sean Persky, former Cowboys skipper. He will be on alongside Taylor Darden, the guy who's been tearing up the Pioneer League. He'll also have his own podcast, and also a guy who was just with the Cowboys 2 weeks ago, Xavier Croxton.
All interviewed by Ethan I up in the Frontier League, or no, the Pioneer League. As this one misses away, a 3-1 count. It's Pioneer, right?
Yes, Pioneer.
3-1 count to James Prakash. Runners at first and second. Roswell in danger of loading the bases for the big-time bat, Brandon Andrews. Again, he's a 3 true outcome kind of guy. The strikeout, the home run, and a little bit lacking on the walk areas. This one misses well away, ball 4, bases loaded, nobody out. Cowboys trailing 6-0, and what a big-time spot this has become. Ioannis takes a timeout, walks out to talk to Mike Martinez. And the whole infield will convene. Rowan, it might be one of those situations where they don't even have somebody to warm up in the bullpen right now.
They might not. Actually, let's look at their lineup card. I'm going to take a quick look. I have a photo on my phone. I'm going to look at how many of these guys are legit arms they could use. I guess Connor Wilt, but they already use him as a pinch hitter, so I don't think they can use him as a pitcher, I don't think.
No.
Yeah, so then let's think Nestor Perella, but that guy's a starter. I guess you could use Nestor Perella. P.J. Sanders, he started 2 days ago. I don't see that happening. Garrett Toddy himself is on there. Chadwick McShane, that's a possibility.
I asked Garrett Toddy to put me on there, and he said no.
Yeah, he was very blunt, too, not even joking. He's like, yeah, no.
Here's the first pitch. Again, Mike Martinez against Brandon Andrews as Brandon takes this low and away for a ball.
And notably, Chadwick McShane, the guy who could be next out for the Invaders, was in Pecos Bills spring training. Was an Austin Weirdo last year, and is a SoundCloud rapper.
Mike Martinez, the 1-0 pitch. On the outside for a ball, 2-0 the count. Mike is having a hard time finding the zone in a really pivotal spot right now. 6-0, the Cowboys trail. Bases are loaded with nobody out, and a pair of balls thrown to Brandon Andrews, now at a hitter's count. 2-0 pitch, well away for a ball, now 3-0. really a bit wild. And we don't know when the last time Mike threw. Maybe it was recently. Maybe he's a little bit tired. We can check that out.
I mean, last night, too.
Yeah, he threw last night, July 10th, through July 8th, through July 6th.
Ooh, yeah, that's burnout right there.
As the 3-0 finds the zone on the outside for a strike. Now 3-1 the count.
Even that was a little generous.
Yeah.
Looked high and away.
Andrews steps back in. Mike, the kick, 3-1 coming. Brandon Andrews pops it up, headed for the first baseman on the infield. He will run up, basket catch made, and the Cowboys stay put. Bases stay loaded. Again, Andrews pops up. There's one down here in the top of the 8th. Ty Murray with the grab, and Kyle Rodriguez is 0 for 3 in the ball game. Hasn't gotten on base in the series, but we can wipe away all those plate appearances before if he's able to have an effective at-bat here.
Exactly. I think that's how he should approach it as well. Again, keep the pass in the back of your mind, obviously how to adjust, keep the adjustments in your head, but at the same time, know that, hey, this is a clean slate. 1 out, bases loaded. It's a big opportunity as well.
Righty on righty matchup. Kyle Rodriguez, again, the 6th spot on deck. Jake Sisto, Mateo Avalone in the hole. Mike, the kick and pitch. K-Rod takes the slider well away for a ball. 1-0. Again, all the light fixtures are working today. They had that light out in left field not working the other day. Hardly able to see the batter's eye. And not that there is one in straightaway center as Kyle takes this low. Dipping below the zone. Looked like the changeup, now a 2-0 count. Again, a hitter's count for a Cowboy batter, K-Rod. Who steps back in? Mike Martinez, the kick and pitch. Strike found on the outside, now 2-1. Big spot, Rowan. We need this one.
Oh, for sure, yeah. And then you got Jake Sisto on deck as well. I mean, there's opportunity right here for Alpine. Really is.
Here's the 2-1 as Mike squares up the third base bag. The kick and pitch high for a ball. 3-1 the count. A walk scores the first run of the ball game for the Cowboys, who have yet to have been shut out on the year. As K-Rod takes this high and inside, ball 4.
The streak continues. No shutout here.
The walk with the bases loaded makes it 6-1. And man, one swing of the bat can make this a 1-run game. Any sort of base hit can put this one within reach here in the top of the 8th. Jake Sisto, then Mateo Avalone as Sisto steps in the batter's box. Sisto is due for a big moment, Ron.
You feel like the last time he had a huge moment was against the Pecos Bills on 4th of July. The leadoff double in the top of the 7th, which was the 9th inning, is a doubleheader. That was incredible.
Sisto swings at the first pitch, popped foul over the top, 0-1. The count to Jake Sisto. Again, the bases are loaded. We just walked in our first run of the game. Mike Martinez has been a bit wild, but now an 0-1 count for Jake Sisto, the catcher. The kick and pitch from Mike. Sisto smacks it up the middle. Line drive headed for center field, right into the glove of Bilal Whittle. It'll be a sac fly as the runner at third tags up and scores. Hunter Damon makes it 6-2. Again, the sacrifice fly. Runners stay put at first and second base for your Cowboys in black today. And Mateo Avalone will step in the batter's box trying to keep the rally going. Yeah, Bilal Whittle is hurt out in center field.
That's bad. He's still down. Again, that throw, it looks like the leg is he's unable to get up. I think it was a matter of, we've seen it before. I think they call it a janitor's throw.
Yeah.
When you throw it, and essentially you're airborne.
Yeah.
And you can collide to the ground pretty hard.
And it looks like they're shaking out his right leg right now. And they pinch hit a pitcher earlier in the ball game. So I don't know how many options they have to go out there and play center field. Yeah, none is what we heard from their broadcasters. Yeah, it might be Toddy out in center. Yeah.
So, yeah, Which wasn't Toddy a first baseman in his playing career? Catcher, okay. I mean, still it would work.
Yeah, it could work. They're still stretching out Bilal Whittle out in center field. Again, once we're back in action, there'll be runners at first and second for the Cowboys with 2 down after the sacrifice fly to make it 6-2. Roswell scored 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the fifth, 2 in the sixth.
Yeah, he's back up. And
Wow.
I think it goes without saying. I'm glad he's okay, because he's just been such an exciting player to watch in this game.
Yeah. Looks like he's all right. So he'll stick in the ball game. They said it looked crampish, and I think they're right. I think it may have just been a cramp for Bilal as Mateo steps in, trying to put together a productive at-bat, trying to get on base to keep things going. We see John Tuttle in the on-deck circle, so
that's a pitcher spot. So I guess we'll see a new arm. Don't see any activity, though.
Mike Martinez ready against Mateo Avalon as the first pitch misses well low and away. 1-0 the count. You know, Rowan, there's also activity in the Roswell bullpen. I don't want to say that we just saw Lane Kiffin, but we may have. I don't want to say it. You know what Lane Kiffin does?
What does he do?
He has his players on defense when they need a timeout, pretend like they're injured so he can get a timeout. Again, that's the head coach of Ole Miss football. 1-1 now the count.
I know Jason Kidd in the NBA. One time he needed a timeout, so he purposefully ran into a player and poured a cup of coffee.
This is grounded on the right side towards the second baseman. He gloves it and flips to first in time. Cowboys side is retired. We strain 2 runners headed for the bottom of the 8th. 6-2 Invaders lead. Again, Cowboys score their first 2 run of the ball games there in the top of the 8th inning. We'll be back in a moment. This is Alpine Cowboy Baseball.
Enjoy the familiar comforts of Holiday Inn Express as you explore the mysterious beauties of West Texas. We offer spacious rooms with large bathrooms, complimentary breakfast that will spoil your taste buds, free Wi-Fi, fitness center, indoor pool, and even electric vehicle charging. Holiday Inn Express, your oasis in the desert in Alpine, Texas, 2004 East Highway 90. Call 432-837-9597.
Maverick Bank has served as a symbol of strength and dependability in West Texas for over a century. Inspired by the unconventional spirit of Samuel Maverick, Maverick Bank embodies the essence of the term Maverick: bold, independent, and innovative. Like Maverick's refusal to brand his cattle, we challenge conventions in banking, forging our own path with commitment of hard work and authenticity. Welcome to Maverick Bank, where the spirit of Texas shapes the future of banking.
Alpine 06 Cowboys fans, this one's for you. Alpine Memorial Funeral Home is proud to support our local baseball team. Just like every game counts, every moment with family matters. We're here to provide caring support when you need it most. Call us at 432-837-2222 or visit alpinememorialfuneralhome.com. Because we're always here for our community, on and off the field.
We're here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Alpine Cowboys trailing to Roswell 6-2. Ronan is back out for the Cowboys. He would have come out of the ball game as the Cowboys would look to extend a rally. Batting in the 9th spot would have been John Tuttle. But again, as Mateo Avalon grounded out, the side is retired, and Ronan will have the ball here in the bottom of the 8th. Facing off against, is it 2, 3, and 4 here?
Yeah, Sloan Laird, Ty Murray, Shane Morrow. This is a challenge. But at the same time, we've seen crazier things from Ronan.
He steps on the mound. The kick-in pitch misses just away to the left-hander Sloan. Sloan 3 for 4 in the ballgame, struck out looking most recently. The Oklahoma Christian graduate, same school as Ira Clifton, who started the ballgame yesterday for the Roswell Invaders. As the 2-seam dots up the outside corner of the zone, 1-1. Sloan frustrated with the call. He'll step back in, wearing number 17. He's about 5'10", probably 200 pounds, a hefty-looking guy.
So he's $2.
$2 as the fastball misses away. Now a 2-1 count to Sloan. Roswell out hitting the Cowboys 10-5. The starter on the day was Brendan Conal for Alpine. Then we saw Sebastian Barrios for a couple as Sloan golfs up a ball. Well, misses at a pitch he was trying to golf up out of the dirt. Now 2-2, chasing the off speed down low. Ronan stepping back on. Didn't give up a run in the bottom of the 7th when he came in. Trying to keep that going. Trying to earn that trust. Ronan, you mentioned he has your trust. And
Yes.
I mean, he is on the borderline of having a big-time trust of the coaching staff. Right as I say that, though, Sloan Laird singles through the left side of the infield. 4 for 5 on the day, Sloan Laird. Now Ty Murray steps in.
That was, in my opinion, the first real hit that Tachibana gave up today. What I mean by that, obviously the other ones were hits, but it was soft contact that just barely split through the infield. Now you go to Ty Murray. 3 strikeouts, but an RBI triple to his name. The definition of an up-and-down day. A runner on first and Sloan Laird. Righty on righty, Tachibana. First pitch curveball, big hack. Laird has 7 stolen bags on the year. Keep an eye out for that with nobody out in this bottom of the 8th inning. Tachibana sporting the number 19 for the Cowboys today, usually the number 1. 0-1 kick and pitch. Low and in at the knees. 1-1 now. Tachibana was thinking to himself yesterday, like, man, I have not thrown 5 or 6 days. I wonder when the next time will be. Well, here we are today. 1-1. Slices downstairs, 2-1. Really solid movement that time from Ronan Tachibana. With 2 balls, 1 strike now. With nobody out, a runner on first, Tachibana peeks over on the first base side. And a delivery on the way to Ty Murray. Before that, he steps off of the rubber. As Tachibana gets his signs from Jake Sisto. After stepping off the pitch. And on the hands, a high bouncer into the glove of Tachibana to the left of the mound. He fires the first, but it's not in time. An infield single for Ty Murray. Took too much time there. Sent it to Mateo Avallone's way, but it just didn't work out in the favor of Tachibana. Now with runners on first and second for the Invaders, with nobody out in the bottom of the 8th, it's a 6-2 Roswell lead.
Yeah, maybe could have had it there, but again, he just peeked over to second base and then took a moment as he peeked to first, maybe underestimating the speed of the first baseman, as he probably sent about an 85-mile-per-hour fastball to the first base bag.
Again, these are the hits that Tachibana has been giving up for the most part. I mean, how do I put this lightly? Who's this running out on the field? Oh, getting photos. Okay, I was going to say, like, we got a fan out here? But like I was saying, though.
Soft contact.
It's soft contact. That's what's been the name of the game. Infield singles, just barely splitting through the gap. Tachibana has good stuff. He just got a pat on the behind by his catcher, Jake Sisto, and we're going to keep this thing rolling.
Probably telling him that exact same thing, too, Rowan. He's got good stuff. He's induced some soft contact, and you know that soft contact can turn into a double play rather easily on these ground balls on the infield with runners at first and second base.
You know, Ronan's dad is a pitching guru, you could say, so I'm sure he'll have a thing or two to say about this outing as well. Maybe he'll agree with us on that statement.
Here's the first pitch to Shane Morrow in the 4 spot. Morrow, 1 for 3 in the ball game, takes this just low, 1-0. Shout out to Ronan's mom in the chat, I believe.
Yes,
I'm guessing. She's our #1 fan today.
Wow.
How many XP does she have? 75 experience points. I guess it doesn't carry over from other broadcasts, right?
No.
Here's the 1-0 pitch to Shane Morrow, the right-hander. Fastball misses, low and away.
Yeah, I was thinking you can actually make people moderators in this stream.
Really?
I guess the only right choice is to make James a moderator.
Yeah, James could definitely be a moderator for us. Shout out James Poe, the sound engineer back at Coconut Field. Been doing it for years and years and years. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Sinker finds the zone for a strike, 2-1. James has seen our crew. He's seen the crew before us, or before them.
Yeah, he's seen 3 different regimes of Cowboy broadcasters.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. Running eyes down the runner at second base. The kick and pitch, a swing, and a foul ball sent to the backstop. Shane Morrow down to his second strike with 2 balls. Again, 6-2. Roswell leads here in the bottom of the 8th inning. What do we have the celebration there for, Rowan?
I mean, John Tuttle beat out one of Roswell's guys for a foul ball. Then he just tossed it over to him. I don't know.
Again, with that glow in the dark game coming up, this is the most people I've ever seen at a Roswell Invader game. Maybe, is 500 a crazy number? Maybe 400, 300 people?
That could be the case, yeah.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fastball down low. Now 3-2 the count.
But this is an average night at Coconut Field, let's be honest.
Yeah. We do things differently out at Coconut. But again,
just a little differently.
There's 40,000 people that live in Roswell. There's 5,000 people that live in Alpine. Maybe it's at 6,000 now. But to bring that many folks out to a ball game in such a small town is something special, as Ronan. Set up. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Slider misses low and away, ball 4. Bases are loaded with nobody out. Michael Fisk is on deck. We haven't seen anybody in the bullpen, so this is Ronan's ball game and Ronan's opportunity to work out of it. Facing off against Michael Fisk here, he's 1 for 4. They signal to the Roswell dugout, who brings them a few balls. That's the second walk of the outing for Ronan. But again, giving up that weak ground stuff on the infield. And Fisk takes a moment to adjust his batting gloves, has the timeout, and steps back into the batter's box here at Joe Ballman Stadium in Roswell, New Mexico. Game 2 of 3 in the series. Roswell trying to win the series tonight as the fastball misses inside 1-0 after winning the ball game yesterday. Baseball is so crazy, man.
Which I believe that would be their first series win over the Cowboys since 2023.
Wow. And to think that we went over and beat Garden City on the road as the 2-seam misses inside 2-0 in a 3-game series. And then to think that we come to Roswell and we're in danger of losing this series.
It's crazy, man. That's baseball at the end of the day. You're going to lose these teams. I'll be honest, we thought last night was a fluke, but I think there are actually some problems we need to address.
Shout out Barry, the ball boy in chat, as this misses high and inside, 3-0. He said, let's go, Ronan, right guy, right spot. Barry spends a lot of time with the team, man, sits in the dugout with them during games. He knows these guys really well.
I at this point, I think Barry's essentially a part of the team.
Yeah, exactly. He is a Cowboy through and through. Here's the 3-0 pitch from Ronan. Tachibana, bases loaded, and a strike called at the knees, now 3-1. Barry is the ball boy last year too, right?
He's been the ball boy since, or one of them at least, since I think 2021.
I think he's getting a ring.
Oh, of course.
Here's the 3-1 pitch. That's off the hands, grounded towards Kyle Rodriguez at second. The flip to first, not in time. Cowboys get 1, though, on the ground out towards our second baseman. Again, it was the 4-6 ground out, but now Roswell extends their lead 7-2 as Mikey Alonso steps into the batter's box. Mikey, the right-handed batter, batting in the 6th hole. A double play can end this inning. Again, Cowboys trail by 5, scored their only 2 runs of the ball game just a moment ago in the top of the 8th. What time is it? It's 9:30 locally. It's 10:30 back in Alpine. Alonso now. As Ronan Tachibana steps in. First pitch. Sinker finds the outside of the zone for a strike 0-1 run. I think the zone has been a bit low today.
Yeah, that very well could be the case. I'm seeing strikes called at the knees time and time again, or even below the knees, honestly.
Yeah. Yesterday it was a bit outside, the same home plate umpire. Today it's a bit low, but it feels like it's been consistent. As this will pop off the foot of Sisto, low and inside, off to the left side. Runners advance, and Roswell takes an 8-2 lead. I think that's a pass ball.
I would agree, yes.
And a swing at the plate for Mikey Alonso, 0-2 the count. But again, I don't think it hit the dirt before it hit Sisto's leg. It's 11:30 back where Ronan is from in Maine. Yeah, good point. There's a first wild pitch from either team. First pass ball, I think, too. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Ronan, a swing and a miss. Runners off and running for third base. The throw to third is in time for the out. Cowboys get the strikeout and the hose job over at third base to end the bottom of the 8th inning. 8-2, the Cowboys lead. Ronan gets out of that one, but allows 2 runs, one of them earned.
Yeah, Cowboys trailing right now, but man, I do want to say defensively, Jake Sisto has been incredible today. He's hosed down a couple of runners.
And kept runners at bay by keeping the ball in play. We'll be back in a moment. Again, Cowboys trailing by 6. 8-2 our scores. We head to the top of the 9th. Cowboys down to the last 3 outs.
Napa know-how. It's time for this month's Napa savings. Save 14% on Chevron Dello 400 XLE 15W30 motor oil, 1 gallon for $18.99. Pick up some Mobile Delvac heavy-duty motor oil, starting at $17.99 a gallon. Napa Premium Performance Conventional Motor Oil available for just $16.99 each. For only $209.99, you can get a Milwaukee M12 Fuel Stubby Impact Rinse Kit. Buy a Milwaukee M18 Red Lithium XC 5.0 Resistant Battery 2-pack for only $229 each, a savings of 23%. Napa Auto located at 301 West Holland Avenue in downtown Alpine.
Napa know-how. Stephanie from Dr. Seuss. I got a note, he's got a car, he's got a boat, and if we have time, can we give him a quote?
Of course we can, Renee, and we can do it today. And if he likes, a policy for his bikes or his home. Does he live in a dome? We can cover his travels if he likes to roam.
Well, we'll cover it all. I'll give him a call.
If it's insurance you need, call Tally Reed, 837-3459. You'll be fine here in Alpine.
TG Fuels doesn't just deliver propane. They deliver peace of mind with service-like remote tank monitoring. When it's almost time for fill, your monitor notifies TG Fuels and they deliver. This means you and your family never have to worry about running out of propane. Along with an online portal, autopay, and competitive pricing, TG Fuels committed to being your provider of choice, and they're just a phone call away at 432-837-2518. TG Fuels, how can we serve you?
We're back here in the top of the 9th inning. Mike Martinez back out for the Roswell Invaders. Again, he was having a little bit of trouble in the top of the 8th, but with the limited options, Roswell goes back to Mike Martinez, and he will try and keep this one in play. We'll really close it out with the 6-run lead. Now John Tuttle batting in place of the pitcher, Ronan Tachibana, in the 9th spot.
As John Tuttle now, the former Roswell Invader, who was very good yesterday for the Cowboys. All in all, he went 2 for 3.
And we talk about how this field plays differently, how it messes with the eyes, and John Tuttle is very accustomed to Roswell, as you just mentioned, as this off-speed finds the zone for a strike 0-1. Again, that lower half of the zone continues to get called.
I wonder if we do end up going to the bottom of the 9th, if we get to that point, there's no warming up as the Cowboys trail by 6. It'd probably be Gene in that situation.
As John rips this one foul right off the foot of Lance Myers. I don't think Lance is very happy right now based on his casual approach to letting that one hit his foot. 0-2 the count for JT.
The one thing I do really like about Lance is even when he is not happy, so to say the least, he does not let his emotions get the best of him like some managers do. And I think that's great.
Yeah, he still treats everybody with respect. Here's the 0-2 pitch, again to John Tuttle. He lifts this. It's a high fly ball headed for left field. Again, these can get lost in the night sky, but the Roswell Invaders are under it for the grab in the out. One down here in the top of the 9th inning.
At that time, Shane Morrow, the left fielder, had some help by the shortstop, Sloan Laird. He just pointed up in the sky, was following it with his finger, too, just telling him, hey, it's right there.
Yeah, great point there. Great job by Sloan to communicate that to his outfielder, especially at a ballpark that plays like this one. Now Sean Becker, the one spot. He's 0 for 3 with the sec bunt today, trying to get on board against the righty Mike Alonso. Hopefully Becker doesn't blame us for telling him that Toddy was going to start today's ball game. Again, that was that was next level misinformation spreading. As this misses down low 1-0. It reminds me of World War II on D-Day, whenever the United States had inflatable tanks set up on a certain part of England to try and trick Germany into thinking that they were landing somewhere other than they eventually landed. That's our second D-Day reference today.
Oh, I know, man. We've been through it today.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Off speed finds his own for a strike. 1-1 to Sean Becker. Again, one down. You know, that succeeded, too. It succeeded today with Toddy faking us out, and the United States succeeded in World War II on D-Day and faking the Germans out on where they were landing. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Finds his own on the outside for a strike. Now 1-2, the count for number 2, Sean Becker.
It also feels like the Trojan horse was pulling up with her song called Azilia inside of it, and we weren't expecting it.
Yeah, good one. Here's the 1-2 count to Sean Becker. Yeah, that Trojan horse in the gift that was going to be given to us, and Garrett Toddy pitching on the mound. Becker steps back in. Again, one down. Cowboys have 2 outs to work with, trailing by 6, trying to avoid going 0-2 in this series against the Roswell Invaders. 6-0 against the Invaders on the season. Well, 6-1 after yesterday, as this misses high, 2-2.
I don't know if this was really a smoke screen, because I overheard Toddy talking to the media staff here when he was saying, yeah, I'm probably going to pitch tomorrow. Who knows, honestly. Maybe it was just so elaborate that he had everyone involved on the scheme.
Here's the 2-2 missing high. And inside 3-2. Roan, that's about controlling the spread of information.
Yes.
Even your guys have the misinformation. That's a brilliant tactician.
Lesson learned, man. Lesson learned.
Brilliant Bush League tactician in Garrett Toddy. Here's the 3-2. Timeout for Becker. Three and 2, the count. That's one of those only mission essential parties can know about the information.
Yes.
Here's the 3-2 pitch. Becker lifts this. Line drive to Sloan Laird, who has the grab in the out, 2 down.
I mean, that's like my grandpa. He worked in the government, and whenever he would tell my dad a secret, they would go outside. He'd write it down on a piece of paper, and then he would eat the piece of paper.
You're joking.
No, I'm not kidding.
Don't call your grandpa out like that. Is he still around?
Oh no, he's been dead for about 5 years.
Okay, so that is past. He can't get in trouble for that anymore, man. Now Carson Kirby. Again, a new face for the Cowboys. Started his first game yesterday. Steps in the left-hander against Mike Martinez as Mike misses this just low, 1-0. That's been called a strike all day.
It really has, yeah. I guess if you want to change it up, I don't know why now is the time, but oh well.
Yeah, with 1,500 people, 400 people looming ready for this glow-in-the-dark game as this misses for a ball now, 2-0.
It was funny, the umpires, their question was, do we have to stick around for this?
What was the answer? No?
No.
Yeah.
Who will umpire, I wonder? Not us. So if they ask me, I'm leaving.
Hopefully not us. I'll do it if they pay me.
Yeah, me too. I would do it for money.
Yeah. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Inside for a ball now, 3-0 to Carson Kirby. Cowboys down their last strike, trailing 8-2. Again, tomorrow is our last game here in Roswell, our last true road game before the playoffs as we just head back and forth with Pecos. Have a 3-game home set against Roswell as this is found for a strike to Carson, 3-1. That's reminiscent of the last at-bat with Carson. He thought he had ball 4. Started that motion to toss his bat to the dugout. Did it again on the 3-1 pitch, and then finally gets the call on the 3-2. Again, that was last time around. Now it's 3-1. Mike Martinez on the mound. Delivers, and Carson Kirby rips this down the first base line. It's a fair ball. He rounds first, headed for second. Here's the throw to second base. That's in time. Roswell Invaders hose down a 9-6 putout to retire Carson Kirby, heading for an extra bag, and that's ball game, 8-2. Wow, Roswell with 2 wins out of nowhere against the Alpine Cowboys, and that's the ball game. Rowan, do you have a player of the game today?
My player of the game, I'm going to give it to the guy who just got called out there. I'm giving it to Carson Kirby. He went 3 for 4. He was spectacular at the plate. He wanted it all, and why not go for it all? So he's my player of the game.
And normally we try and ease y'all out of this, but we have to go, and we have to hurry up to try and get in this ball game and meet with Andrew Dunn, who has a spot for us in this game. So we've got to go to, again, Carson Kirby, the player. No, who'd you say was the player of the game?
Carson Kirby,
Oh,
yes.
yeah, Carson Kirby, the player of the game. Sloan Laird did it for Roswell. But again, we'll be back same time tomorrow night as the Roswell Invaders will try and sweep the series. Cowboys looking for a win. That's been it today here from Big Ben Radio.
Good night, Alpine.